The following is a presentation of Radio Plus Video Sports.
Henschel from the Wildcat. Henschel now will get it in a head full of steam. There goes Henschel to the end zone. Touchdown right through the shoot mark.
Radio Plus Sports, a Wisconsin Broadcasters Association first place winner for best digital production in the state.
Delmacher rolling out to the left, flips the hips over the middle. He's got him! Brody Highland to the end zone! His second touchdown of the day!
In-depth interviews with coaches and players, sideline reports, in-depth analysis, and top-notch production.
With 6 seconds left on the clock, Gannon Schwartz, misdirection, goes out to the right. He's got a man in the end zone. Two-point conversion for the Vikings!
Radio Plus Sports, a Wisconsin Broadcasters Association multi-year first place winner for best play-by-play in the state.
In motion comes Neal. Play fake to Neal.
Got him.
Eli Mikulkevich down the field. Hauled in by the Cardinals.
Thanks to our Radio Plus Video Sports sponsors.
Edward Jones, Integrity Saw and Tool, Bauer Chiropractic, Bondi Family Dental,
Sargento Cheese, Len's Truck Center, Right Way Home Improvement, Taco Bell,
Addison Jones Real Estate, Holiday Automotive, Quest Interiors, Wisconsin Lighting Lab,
BCI Burke, Marion University, Fox Valley Savings Bank, Musa Sheet Metal,
Coal, Oil and Propane, Dufresne Moving and Storage, Marco Tax Service, Winnebago Lutheran Academy,
Bob's Pizza, AirTech, Silica for your home, The Wellness Way,
Fond du Lac Credit Union, Roush Insurance, Scotty's Auto Works, St. Mary Springs Academy,
Bristol Morgan Bank, New Medical Center, Verhaeg's Furniture Mart, Hopper's Silk Screen and Embroidery,
Smith Builders, National Exchange Bank and Trust, Brad Tagliapietra, American Family Insurance Agent, Everson Law Office,
Michaels Corporation, Aurora Healthcare, Vogel Family Dentistry, Anders Auto Parts, Schaefer Auto, Keller Buildings,
Surrower Family Dental.
Let's go live to the Radio Plus Sports broadcast booth.
Hey, good Friday evening to you from the Ledge here at Hutter Gymnasium on the campus of St. Mary's Springs Academy. And from Friday Night Lights just a little while ago to Friday evening basketball coming up here tonight on Radio Plus Video Sports. Thanks for joining us tonight. Jordan King with you here in the Radio Plus broadcast booth at St. Mary's Springs, and we're getting you set for a rivalry game here in the second game night of the conference basketball season on the girls' side of things in the Flyway Conference. Winnebago Lutheran climbing the ledge here tonight to take on St. Mary's Springs, and the JV's going at it right now. WLA has a lead there, but just we'll show them as we go through our pregame show, which is brought to you by Integrity Saw and Tool. They sponsor our pregame show tonight. Tell you elsewhere around the Flyway Conference tonight, Lamira is at Omro. Lamira 0-1. They lost to Laconia on Tuesday. Omro beat Mayville on Tuesday. Speaking of Mayville and Laconia, they hook it up tonight over in Rosendale at the Pit. And the final game of the night is North Fond du Lac and Campbellsport. That one's down at Campbellsport. In our game here tonight, Winnebago Lutheran comes into this one 3-1 overall and 1-0 in conference play. They beat Campbellsport by double figures on Tuesday, and North Fondy knocked off the Ledgers, and Springs looking for their first win of the season. They're 0-3. We'll get to this throughout the pregame show. They're a pretty inexperienced team, all things considered. Lost Gracie Conkle and Grace Kuhn, a couple of second-team all-conference players off of last year's team. And really, in terms of return, it also lost Olivia Kramer and Anna Willis. And so this is a team that's had to replace a lot at the varsity level and not a ton of big-time minutes that they have coming back here talking about Springs. And so we'll get through that throughout the pregame show. We'll hear from both coaches, give you some keys to tonight's contest as well. We'll give you the starters, all of that coming up here on the Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show. Jordan King with you here in the Radio Plus broadcast booth at Hutter Gymnasium, the home of the Ledgers. And we got a good one tonight between the Vikings and those Ledgers here on Radio Plus. Let's take a timeout. We'll come back, and we will continue on with our pregame show brought to you by Integrity Saw and Tool when we return on Radio Plus Video Sports.
At Musa Sheet Metal, they spend generations building a better everyday life. They don't just build panels, they build a legacy. They're growing, innovating, and pushing the limits again with their brand new 24-gauge stocked steel line. Musa colors created by the Musa team, 25 bold choices ready to go, delivering the best solutions in architectural sheet metal. Say hi to the Musa apprentices. They're your neighbors, your classmates, and the future of the industry. Musa Sheet Metal, revolutionizing steel, building the future.
Anders Auto Parts, your locally owned bumper-to-bumper auto parts store serving the Fond du Lac area since 1956. Experienced and knowledgeable staff ready to serve you. Anders Auto Parts features PPG and Shopline auto paint along with PPG Versalon commercial paint. Quality name brand auto parts. Anders Auto Parts, your bumper-to-bumper auto parts store at 16 West Sibley Street, just off North Main Street, behind American Family Insurance.
This is Craig Larson, sales manager with locally owned Dufresne Moving and Storage. Moving is very important to me, and I take pride in making sure our clients are happy with their overall experience at a reasonable cost and done in a high-quality manner. We have a crew that is dedicated on taking care of your stuff. Call me today for an estimate at 1-800-425-MOVE or visit us at DufresneMoving.com. Dufresne Moving and Storage of Fond du Lac, making your move and storage of goods simple.
Today's game is brought to you by Edward Jones and these area Edward Jones financial advisors. Robert Bruce, located at 68 North Main Street. Patrick Ellistad, located at 560 Fond du Lac Avenue. Matt Moses, located at 201 South Mars Street. Jeff Wills, located at 649 Fond du Lac Avenue. And Matt Helmer, located at 649 Fond du Lac Avenue. Good luck to all athletes in today's game. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
We return here to Hutter Gymnasium. Jordan King with you here on the Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show, getting you ready for WLA and Springs here tonight. We were here last night, and it was an exciting game between Springs and Amro on the boys' side of things. Last night was the first night in boys' conference play. Opening night wins for Springs, Lamira, Laconia, and Mayville last night. So all of them moved to 1-0 in the Flyway Conference play on the boys' side of things. And we saw Ben Baker hit a corner three with 3 seconds left to beat Amro, 53-50 the final last night. It was a great contest, low scoring, good defense, and just a pleasure to be here last night, and hoping that tonight's game is similar. And I think we could see it. A couple of teams that like to play lockdown half-court defense, and some good guard play in terms of ball pressure. I think we're going to see coming up here tonight. Winnebago Lutheran, as I mentioned in the first segment, 3-1 on the season. Their wins against Waupun, Kiel, and then on Tuesday against Campbellsport. Their lone loss is to ranked Manitowoc Lutheran. Manitowoc Lutheran number 6 in Division 4. They lost by 16 at home. That was 61-45. Of note for WLA in their 3 wins, they've had a 20-point scorer in all 3 of the wins. 25 for Jill Pino against Waupun, 27 against Kiel, and then last time out, Jenna Petrowitz had 21 for WLA against Campbellsport. And that perhaps is a foreshadowing of tonight and maybe a foreshadowing of one of my keys to the game that I'll get to just a little bit later on in the Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show. But WLA has a significant and noted height advantage in the post and size advantage in the post here tonight. And WLA certainly, you would think, would want to and have to exploit that to have some success here tonight against a very pesky young St. Mary's Springs Academy Ledger team that features a couple of freshmen that play really meaningful minutes in Allison Baker, who's a starter, and then Elizabeth Ducks off the bench as well. She's played some big minutes for Springs, and noting WLA's size, Ducks probably going to have a big role to play on the defensive side of the floor coming up here tonight. So I know that it's a lot of talent for Springs. It's young talent, and it's going to take some time, and you'll hear Coach Mitch Reddick talk about that as well as we move through the pregame show here. But both of these teams kind of feeling their way early on in this season's schedule, and perhaps that's why WLA has 3 wins and Springs is still looking for their first. WLA returns a lot from last year's team. Jill Pino, we mentioned her already. We already mentioned Jenna Petrowitz. Seal McCauley started for them a good portion of last season, and Addie Supernan. So 4 of the 5 starters for WLA are returners. And then Kinsey Rank is their final starter. She's a sophomore. So anyways, it's an interesting matchup. And early on in the season, usually those experienced teams kind of tend to win out, especially late down the stretch in some of the games. And I think that's what we've seen so far this year. And that's why WLA has a 3-1 record. And Springs possibly has an 0-3 record. That and Springs has played a slightly tougher schedule, I would contend, than maybe WLA has to this point. But all the talk is cheap. We're about to, we'll find out in about a half hour or so when this thing gets, or 15, 20 minutes from now when this thing gets kicked off. And we'll see a couple of teams that have been real contenders in this Flyway Conference. I asked Coach Reddig, and you'll hear this in the interview coming up a little bit later on, kind of an interesting thing. One of his former players, Izzy Kuhn, is a player on UW Oshkosh's volleyball team, and they won in the national semifinals last night. UWO going to play for a national championship in volleyball tomorrow, and Izzy Kuhn is their team leader in assists on that team. Just an extremely talented player. She was a first-team all-conference volleyball player, basketball player, and she went to state and track her senior year here at Springs. So, Billy Schrouth obviously gets a lot of love as one of the noted Springs alumni doing it at the college level for Notre Dame football. But how about Izzy Kuhn up at UWO? She's going to play for a national championship coming up tomorrow night. All right, this is our Integrity Sawn 2 pregame show. We'll get back to the basketball now, and we'll continue on previewing this game between the Ledgers and the Vikings when we return here at Hutter Gymnasium. Back after this on Radio Plus.
Every customer can be a Signature Home customer. I think that's what Signature Homes does really well, is that we can touch not only the customer who's building for the first time, but also the customers that know what they want and want to pull pieces of other property that they've lived in and loved. And you can really trust that we know what we're doing and that we have 30 years of experience in the market doing it with quality craftsmanship and a lot of style and design. And at the end, we get a chance to walk them through and see their smiling faces, and we know that we've achieved our goal.
Walk right in. That's the laid-back feeling you have when you work with the Roush Insurance Agency in Fond du Lac. Their agents are dedicated to putting your mind at ease when you make your insurance decisions. They live, work, and play here, and will make sure that they are there at the time of need for their clients and families. Visit RoushINS.com for more information or walk right in. 770 South Main Street in Fond du Lac. The Roush Insurance Agency, your hometown insurance team for over 30 years.
The Rademan family has been quarrying and producing natural stone products for over 50 years. Is your driveway in need of repair? Here at Rademan's, our crushed stone division provides our customer with stone needed for maintaining your gravel driveway. Our quarry stone division provides landscape stones such as stepping stones and retaining wall stone for your outdoor living areas. We also offer natural thin and full veneer stone for interior applications such as fireplaces or outdoor applications to combine with or replace your siding or brick. Rademan Stone and Landscape Company, where we have the materials to do the best work on earth.
It's more than just a job. It truly is a family. They value you, great pay, great benefits. They definitely care about setting people up for success in their retirement years. I don't see a reason to want to leave.
For over 100 years, the name Cole is synonymous with quality fuels, lubricants, and propane. That's because Cole is the area's trusted source for farm, construction, and trucking companies, as they partner with these companies to help them achieve their unique goals. The team at Cole Oil and Propane is dedicated to serving you. They pride themselves on a customer-first approach and work hard to make sure you're satisfied. You can rely on Cole for prompt delivery, competitive prices, and quality service. Learn more at ColeOilAndPropane.com.
We return here on the Integrity Sawn to a pregame show. Fondy Family Dental Coach's Smile interview here with Coach Schroffnagel from Winnebago Lutheran. And Coach, I guess for anyone that hasn't seen you guys play, give us a kind of a rundown on the first 3 games of the season for you guys.
4 games actually, but yeah. So we got a really nice group of girls. We got seniors coming back: Addie Supernad, Jenna Petchowitz, Kiana Rank, doing a really good job of working the ball inside to Jenna, and then to Jill Pino. So we got some good looks inside the first few games, and hopefully that can continue tonight.
You kind of mentioned it with some of the experience coming back. Jill, an all-conference player a season ago, and Addie and Jenna. You got some new faces on the team too. Kinsey's a starter for you guys as a sophomore. I know Seal's back for her second year, but some youth on this team as well. I guess, what have you liked from them trying to settle in here early on in the season?
Yeah, I think just that the game slows down for them a little bit. I think when you first go up to varsity, everything moves so fast that it's a little helter-skelter at times, and I think at times we still probably look like that. But it's the idea of, okay, like understanding of this is what the defense wants to do to me. This is what we want to do as a team, and then getting into that. So it's just the little things. How are you handling the ball? Are you going to jump stops? Are you using the ball fakes? Things like that we wish want to become habit.
What have you seen from Springs? They lose a couple of really good players. They're a young team overall. But a team that Coach Reddig always seems to have playing well, certainly at the defensive side of the floor. I guess, what have you noticed from them that maybe makes them a difficult matchup here tonight?
Well, they got three really good shooters, Lauren and Allison Baker, and then Jocelyn Loynes. Three excellent shooters. Last year, Jocelyn averaged 20 points a game against us in 2 games, so we're very familiar with her. They work really hard. Defensive end, and again, really good shooters they want threes and layups, and we gotta close out well tonight.
If we're talking in a couple hours here and you guys are sitting 2-0 in the conference, what does that mean you guys did well tonight?
We closed out on their shooters, and we got good shots, inside out on our end offensively.
Thanks for a few minutes, Coach. Good luck. Go get them tonight.
Thanks, Jordan.
There you go. That was Coach Eric Schraufnagel from Winnebago Lutheran Academy. And our Fondi Family Dental Coach's Smile interview. Fondi Family Dental, Dr. Chad and his team will make you smile before, after, and yes, even during your appointment. He mentioned they're trying to go inside. I think that's going to be one of the keys tonight. We'll circle back to this a couple of different times here in the pregame show, but their top 2 scorers this season so far, Jill Pino, 18.2 points per game, as well as 9.8 boards per game, and Jenna Petrowitz, 8 points per game and 11.5 rebounds per game. So this is a team with a couple of players that are flirting around with averaging double-doubles so far this season. So appreciate a few minutes from Coach Schraufnagel in the pregame show here, the Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show. And we're going to take a timeout. We'll come back and we'll hear from Coach Mitch Reddig from St. Mary's Springs when we return on Radio Plus. Stay with us.
Add more joy to your holiday season in a new Buick from Holiday. Choose Buick Encore GX and stack our low simplified price with rates as low as 0.9% with no payments for 90 days or other enticing offers. And enjoy our exceptional guest care.
A great vibe, excellent service, and genuine care. That's what you get here.
Come be our guest and go from wish list to reality.
Find yours and discover the difference at Holiday Automotive, Fond du Lac.
It's worth the trip.
Thank you for your continued support over the past 50 years. At Verhaeg's Furniture, we're honored to be voted by you to be one of the best mattress stores in the Fond du Lac area for 2024.
Our mission is to bring the finest in style, comfort, and quality to the Waupun area.
We've teamed up with amazing brands like Ashley, Lazy Boy, Best Craft, Marshfield, Best Home Furnishings, Mega Motion to offer you the best selection around.
Free delivery to Waupun and the surrounding area. See store for details.
Make your home a place you truly love with Verhaeg's Furniture Mart.
People have a reluctance to go see the dentist. It's an easy thing to put off or avoid altogether. But one visit to the caring professionals at Fondi Family Dental will change the way you think about the dentist. They provide quality family dental services to all ages in a happy, honest, and efficient manner that teaches and involves you on your custom plan. If you don't have insurance, ask about their new membership plan that can save you money. Call or schedule online today at FondiFamilyDental.com.
All right, back here on the Fondy Family Dental Coaches Smile interview here with Coach Reddick from Springs. And, Coach, 3 really good opponents that you guys are good programs that you guys have started off against this year. And you guys are young as well. I guess just a quick assessment through the first 3 games from your girls and maybe some positives. And obviously some players that are getting their first action here kind of thrown to the wolves a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a work in progress for sure. As you look at our experience returning, or maybe the lack of experience returning. We've got Jasleen Loynes, a returning starter, and then Lauren Baker, a junior that played meaningful minutes for us. Seniors Maggie Dalzell and Scarlett Gertig missed the second half of the season essentially with ankle injuries. And then senior Sophie Lair appeared in about 20 games for us. But after that, we don't have any other varsity experience. So we're young, we're learning, we're work in progress. Our girls are competing, and that's what I want to see. And I think you were here last night with our boys team. It's very similar. Hopefully as the season goes on, we continue to progress, and we're playing our best basketball in February and March.
Just outside looking in, Allison as a freshman and Elizabeth as a freshman, both playing some meaningful minutes here early and both contributing for you as well. I guess what have you liked from some of the younger players that are getting this first taste to kind of settle in? Just take some time to settle in, doesn't it?
Yeah, and that's exactly it. And Allison, she's a competitor, and that's what I really like about her is that she's going to work hard every single day. She's going to work on her game to get better. And Elizabeth, she's got some amazing athleticism. So it's just going to take time for both of them to kind of get more comfortable with the speed of varsity basketball and just the attention to detail that's needed. It's a big jump going from 8th grade basketball to varsity basketball. So I'm impressed with where they're at right now, looking forward to seeing them continue to grow. And I think they're going to be huge parts of what we do and our success moving forward. Kind
of interesting with you guys and how you start conference play, too, of perhaps the more experienced teams in terms of what they bring back with North Fondy on Tuesday and WLA tonight. Obviously going back to last year and then early in this year, what have you seen from them that kind of makes them tricky to deal with and maybe some places that you guys feel like you're going to have to perform well to give yourselves a shot down a stretch here?
Mm-hmm. Well, I think, first of all, both Gary and Eric do a great job with their team, so they're always going to be prepared. I think one thing for us, no matter who we play, is going to be rebounding. And we don't have a ton of size, so that's going to be a focal point every time we play. I think you look at both WLA and North Fondy, they're super aggressive teams. They can play physical at times, and that's not necessarily always our game. So those are 2 areas that we're going to be challenged in, both physicality and rebounding. We were challenged on Tuesday, and then tonight again with WLA.
Have a little fun here at the end. Last night, UW Oshkosh volleyball won in the national semifinal. They're headed to the national championship tomorrow. Ledger alum Izzy Kuhn is on that team. Now, I know she was a tremendous volleyball player, but she could hoop it back in the day, too. I guess, you got to coach her, and probably not a super big surprise she's having the success she is at the collegiate level. Kind of cool to see an alum. I know there's been plenty of alums around that have made it at the next level around here, and you talk about Billy Schrouth and what he's done at Notre Dame, but pretty cool what UWO in the run that Izzy's gone on up there playing volleyball, huh?
Yeah, and it's not a surprise. She was another one that was super competitive when she was in high school, and it didn't matter if she was playing volleyball, playing basketball. Super competitive. She's a great athlete, very humble, and someone that's really, really going to work hard. And success was going to follow her wherever she went, just because she had such a good base with that, and I'm not surprised that she's playing a key role in their success.
Appreciate it. A few minutes, Coach. Good luck. Go get them tonight.
All right, thank you.
There you go. That was Coach Mitch Reddig, and his Ledgers getting set to take on the Vikings here tonight. Sheboygan Lutheran, Lourdes Academy, and North Fond du Lac, the 3 losses for Springs to this point in the season. And again, those 2 non-con losses, a 1-point loss to Lourdes Academy, where they had some chances in that game. And the opening game of the season, they lost by 8 to a good Sheboygan Lutheran team. And then, again, North Fond du Lac, I think North Fond du Lac believes that they're going to be in the mix for a Flyway Conference title. They may not win it, but I think this is a team that says whoever does win it, we're going to play a role in it. And I think that's the kind of year that North Fond du Lac believes that they can have. And quite frankly, they have a ton returning, as I kind of referenced in that interview. And so it's a tough start to the season for a young, inexperienced team for Coach Reddick and his crew. And I think you're going to see this team turn the corner slowly but surely as this season goes on. And at some point, they're going to be a tough team to deal with all their athleticism and the playmakers that they have on this team. For Springs specifically, we'll get to all of their stats when we give you the starting lineup, but their leader is Lauren Baker, 12.3 points per game. Allison Baker, 11 points per game. And Jasleen Loynes, 8.3 points per game to start this season. I would say by her standards, maybe a little bit of a slow start. And if Jasleen Loynes can turn it on to the 12, 13, 15 point per game player that she has shown she can be over stretches of seasons, this, again, just makes this Ledgers team that much more difficult to deal with. Those are our Fondy Family Dental Coaches Smile interviews. Appreciate both Coach Reddick and Coach Schroffnagel for a few minutes. Bauer Chiropractic presents our injury report. Got pain? See Shane. Dr. Shane Bauer and Bauer Chiropractic. As you would hope this early in the season, 3, 4, 5 games into the season, both these teams are healthy at this point in time. So nothing to talk about there. Let's take a timeout. We'll come back with our keys to the game. That's next on Radio Plus Video Sports.
Bob's Pizza now has its very own dine-in restaurant. Enjoy a family-friendly atmosphere with a cozy dining room, large game room, beautiful full bar, and even coffee next door from Just Love Coffee. With our expanded menu, your party will have no trouble satisfying the whole family. Delicious, legendary pizza for a legendary city. Bob's Pizza on the Avenue.
Scotty's Auto Works for affordable auto care, from tires and alignments to routine auto maintenance. Trust the guys at Scotty's Auto Works, next to Pump and Pantry, Fond du Lac.
Fond du Lac Equipment Rental and Repair is ready for your next project, so be sure to talk to Dave and his experienced staff. You know, from air compressors to chainsaws, excavators, lifts, tools, saws, and so much more. Now, do you have your snowblower tuned up and ready for the upcoming winter season? Fond du Lac Equipment Rental and Repair can do it. Check out their expanded rental lineup, too. Mention the words Radio Rental to get a 10% discount on your next rental. You can find them on Ford Drive on the west side of Fond du Lac.
Fond du Lac Equipment Rental and Repair is a proud Echo and Cub Cadet dealer.
Life is full of milestones, big and small. At Fond du Lac Credit Union, we're proud to be a part of your journey. From landing your first job, to moving into your dream home, starting a family, or planning for what's next, we make the money part easy so you can focus on what matters most. Whatever stage you're in, we're right there with you. Fond du Lac Credit Union, here for life and every stage along the way. For more information, visit fdlcu.com or stop in today.
Integrity Sun Tool pregame show continues here on Radio Plus Video Sports. Jordan King with you in the Radio Plus broadcast booth. Kerry Longree, our producer and director and everything tonight, and appreciate his work as always. And our keys to the game tonight are built by Pino Construction. Turn vision into reality with Pino Construction. A couple of things that I'm going to be keeping my eye on early in this game and throughout the game. Number one, we've said it a couple of times, WLA has a distinct size advantage inside with two of their dominant players in Jana Petrowitz and Jill Pino, and a couple of players that can really get going and can really fill it up for WLA if they're allowed to kind of impose their will on the game. And it's going to be a big task for the interior of this Ledgers defense, talking about Maggie Dalzell and even Sophia Lair and Jasleen Loynes are going to have to do some work down there. Scarlett Gertig off the bench, Elizabeth Ducks. These are players that are going to have to, kind of do the dirty work on the defensive side of the floor against WLA's size. And then the other thing I'm interested in here, and this is kind of a key for both teams, WLA has turned the ball over 93 times this year. I mean, that's more than 20 per game. WLA is not taking care of the basketball at a very high clip this season, and so there's maybe a chance there, maybe a little avenue for Springs if their guards can get after WLA, maybe force some turnovers. That might be an avenue for Springs to stay in this thing where, again, they are outsized, but Springs has some tremendous athletes, and we'll see if they're able to have an impact on that defensive side of the floor. As for WLA, they know they got to clean that up as they move through the season here. 93 turnovers through 4 games, far too many for the Vikings. All right, we'll take a 1-minute timeout. We'll come back. We'll get our starting lineups ready here for you, and we'll introduce you to the starters when we return here with our Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show right after this on Radio Plus.
A life in motion is a life well lived. At every age and every stage, we help you do more of the things you love. To keep you moving, to keep you achieving, to keep you striving. At Aurora Healthcare, we make care easier and more accessible than ever.
I'm not ready for Christmas this year.
All the decorating, cooking, and shopping to be done.
We don't have time to elf around. We gotta get down to Camera Casino where they got something for everyone on our list.
Cameras, accessories, prints, and photo gifts. Wow, we can get all our shopping done right there and fast. Do you think they have reindeer wash there too?
I'm getting too old for this.
Happy holidays from Camera Casino.
For great gift ideas, it's Camera Casino, downtown Oshkosh.
Back here at the campus of St. Mary Springs Academy, Hutter Gymnasium, the site of tonight's Flyweight Conference contest between the 3-1 WLA Vikings, 1-0 in Flyweight play, and the 0-3, 0-1 St. Mary Springs Academy Ledgers. Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show rolls on with our Sargento Cheese starting lineup. Sargento is looking for manufacturing superstars for general production, machine operators, ops quality specialists, and maintenance pros. General production starting at $26 an hour plus shift premiums for second and third shifts. Sargento, your passion, our culture. Our starting lineups tonight, let's start with the visiting Winnebago Lutheran Academy Vikings. Point guard Addison Supernand, a 5'7 senior, averaging 5.5 points per game, 4.5 rebounds, 3.2 assists, and 2.5 steals per contest for WLA. She's also got the best assist-to-turnover ratio on the team. A sophomore, 5'6 sophomore is number 11, Kinsey Rank. She'll be asked to handle the ball some as well out of her shooting guard position. 4.2 points per game this season. She's also got nearly 3 assists per game to help out Supernand in the backcourt. Number 22 is another guard, Seal McCauley, a 5'7 sophomore. McCauley did start about half the season as a freshman a season ago. She's averaging just shy of 8 points per game and just over 3 rebounds per game so far this season. Number 14 is a 5'10 senior Jenna Petrowitz, the second leading scorer, 8 points per game. Petrowitz shooting it at a 64% clip this season, 11.5 rebounds per game and 3 assists per game as well. There is no better passer of the basketball. If you're talking about purely the statistic of assists, in terms of players that you would call a post player in the Flyweight Conference, I would argue no one's better at it than Jenna Petrowitz for Winnebago Lutheran. And the leading scorer for WLA is Jill Pino, a 6'2 junior. Where's number 12, averaging 18.2 points per game, 9.8 rebounds per game, and a couple of assists and a couple of steals. She's also the best player in terms of blocks. She averages almost 2 of those per game as well. She does it all. A stat sheet stuffer. Stat sheet stuffer. Let's try that again for the Vikings. Those are the starters once again. 5 Supernand, 11 Rank, 12 Pino, 14 Petrowitz, 22 McCauley. For St. Mary's Springs, number 1 is Lauren Baker, a 5'4 junior, their leading scorer, 12.3 points per game. She is shooting the 3 ball at 38.9%. That is very, very good. She's actually shooting the 3 ball better than she's shooting from the field. Lauren Baker, 12.3 points per game, 4 rebounds per game, and 2.3 steals per game. Allison Baker is a 5'4" freshman, wears number 2. She's averaging 11 points per game, had a really nice night last time out. She's averaging north of 3 assists, about 3 steals, and almost 4 rebounds per game as well. Number 11 is Sophia Lair. Lair this season averaging a point per game, 3 rebounds, and a couple of assists. Number 21 is Jasleen Loynes, a 5'7" senior. Loynes, the third leading scorer, 8.3 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists per contest. And 44, a 6' senior, Maggie Dalzell, is averaging 7 points on 50% shooting. She has not yet missed a free throw this season, 100% there, and she's averaging 7 rebounds per contest as well. And again, a big task for Maggie Dalzell coming up tonight against the interior that is so good for the Winnebago Lutheran Academy Vikings. So those are the starters brought to you by Sargento Cheese. Once again for St. Mary Springs, 1 Baker, 2 Baker, 11 Lair, 21 Loynes, 44 Dalzell. There you go. Those are your starting lineups. This is the Integrity Saw into a pregame show. We'll take one final timeout. They're going to have the national anthem here in the arena. We'll come back right after that national anthem, and we'll get you set for the Right Way Home Improvement opening tip-off. That next when we return on Radio Plus Video Sports.
Here we go.
Dr. Todd Serauer is proud to announce the addition of his son, Dr. Brady Serauer, to their new office on South Main Street. Visit them at their brand new office on South Main Street in Fond du Lac and see how the Serauer Family Dental is making you smile generation after generation.
Call us when you need a company you can trust.
You hear it all the time, but what does it mean? This is Danny and Heather at AirTech Heating, and for our company, it means we do right by our customers and provide them quality service for superior home comfort.
It means our prices are competitive and fair. It means that we stand behind our work. It means doing whatever it takes.
To whom you trust your family's safety and comfort does matter. Call the team at AirTech Heating at 924-6742 when you need a company you can trust.
Here at the Wellness Way Fond du Lac, we disrupt the standard approach to healthcare. We understand that common is not normal, and unlike the restrictive healthcare mentality, we dig deeper to find answers to life-restricting health challenges. While focusing on overcoming interference in the body, we go beyond symptom-based care and address your unique physiology, allowing your mind and body to find its way to better health. You don't need to merely get through every day, but rather take control of your life and, more importantly, your health. The Wellness Way Fond du Lac. Do health differently.
There you go. That we're finishing up the national anthem there here at Hutter Gymnasium. Glad to have you along here tonight. Jordan King from the Radio Plus broadcast booth here at Hutter Gymnasium. Reminder of the starters. For WLA, 5 Addie Supernand, 11 Kinsey Rank, 12 Jill Pino, 14 Jenna Petrowitz, 22 Seal McCauley. For the Ledgers, 1 Lauren Baker, 2 Allison Baker, 11 Sophia Lair, 21 Jasleen Loynes, 44 Maggie Dalzell. That gets us set here for our Right Way Home Improvement opening tip-off. From doors and gutters to roofs and siding, Right Way Home Improvement has you covered. Contact Right Way Home Improvement for your free estimate. Call 920-929-8999. That's 920-929-8999. Or visit rightwaybuilt.com. That's rightwaybuilt.com. Just about set to get this thing tipped off. High school sports today on RadioPlusInfo.com is presented by these 5 Fond du Lac area Edward Jones financial advisors: Matt Moses, Matt Helmer, Jeff Wills, Robert Bruce, and Patrick Ellisted. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. And finally, when you're not watching games on Radio Plus or Jeff's live streams, find the latest scores and top performers from the Flyway Conference by following Flyway Focus on Instagram, Facebook, and X. And stay up to date with the latest conference news every morning with the Flyway Focus Sports Report on YouTube and Spotify. A couple of big-time performances last night in Flyway competition. You had Ben Baker making that three-pointer in the right corner to knock off Amro. Gannon Schwartz for WLA's boys team. He just walked in, and he's part of the student section down there. He had 38 last night down in Lamira in a losing effort. So a couple of big-time performances in boys hoops last night. As I mentioned, Laconia boys also got a win, as did Mayville. So those are the teams that are 1-0, Springs, Lamira, Laconia, and Mayville. Through one game in girls flyway competition, North Fondy, WLA, Amro, and Laconia are the undefeated teams. And all those teams will put their undefeated records on the line coming up here tonight. And right here, we have the Ledgers and the Vikings ready to tip things off. WLA in their road blues, kind of the Kentucky-looking uniforms with the checkers down the side, and Springs in their traditional home whites. And WLA wins the opening tip. It'll go straight to their point guard, Addie Supernand, and she'll initiate the offense for WLA. Here's the sophomore, Kinsey Rank. Petrowitz, Supernand. She's going to key up a three. This one misses. Rebound tipped around, and Maggie Dalzell pulls it down. Nice job clearing the first defensive rebound of the night for the Ledgers. And here's Jasleen Loynes down to Sophia Lair in the corner. A double screen for Lauren Baker trying to get her free. Kinsey Rank fights through it for WLA. Here goes Baker to work. Kicks it out to Allison Baker. Allison guarded by Addie Supernand, and it ends up with Sophia Lair. WLA switches that, poked away by Seal McCauley, but it stays with Allison Baker. Down to the corner, Sophia Lair's going to try a three ball. This one rattles around out, and rebound ferociously pulled down by Jenna Petrowitz. That's why she averages 11.5 of those per game. She goes after the basketball, that's for sure. Here's Seal McCauley, bounce pass down to Addie Supernand. Shot fake there, kicks it out to McCauley. Trying to get the ball entered into Pino. And there's a nice entry pass from Addie Supernand. Pino with a hook shot. This one rolls around out. No good. And from her point guard position, that one boarded by Lauren Baker. Lid on the rim for both of these teams through two possessions. Another Sophia Lair three. This one's good. Sophia Lair breaks the ice here tonight for both of these teams. And Springs has an early lead 3-0 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. Good ball movement from Springs on their first couple of possessions. Here's Seal McCauley, a floater, middle of the paint, missed it. Rebound by Jasleen Loynes, and here come the Ledgers with Allison Baker on that far right side. Behind the back dribble, gets it to Lauren. Lauren Baker off the dribble. Here's Allison, three ball on the way. She's got it. And a couple of three balls go down back to back for Springs, and they lead it 6-0 here early on. Two for their first three from deep, and this is tipped away by Jasleen Loynes and a steal. Nice bounce pass to Lauren Baker out ahead, and Baker takes it in, finishes strong at the rim, and it's an 8-0 lead, and I think Coach Schraffnagel is going to take an early timeout. Yes, he will, and a big fist pump from Coach Mitch Reddick. He loves what he's seeing so far, and a quick 30-second timeout, and I think we'll just keep it right here. I dragged my feet a little too much there, so we'll just keep it right here during the 30-second timeout. But what a start for the Ledgers, 8-0 on that Quest Interiors scoreboard. Threes from Sophia Lair and Allison Baker, and then Jasleen Loynes found herself in a passing lane. Great pass to push it up the floor to Lauren Baker, and the Ledgers with an excellent start here tonight. Thanks to Sarower Family Dental for being part of our high school sports coverage this year. Dr. Todd Sarower is proud to announce the addition of his son, Dr. Brady Sarower, to their new office on South Main Street. Come visit them and see how the Sarower family is making you smile generation after generation. Visit SarowerDental.com today. So what was the message from Coach Schraffnagel? I've seen and called plenty of WLA girls hoops games over the past 5 years. He likes to use those before defensive possessions and sometimes switch up the defense. This time he had to use it offensively as they just got blitzed here early by the Ledgers and find themselves down early. Here's Seal McCauley. McCauley drives on the left side, keeps the pivot foot down, misses the fadeaway jumper. Lauren Baker skies for the rebound. She's going to slow it down. 3 minutes into this ball game, and the Ledgers in control early. WLA does switch. They're in a 1-3-1. No one followed Lauren Baker. She's wide open. Lauren Baker's got her first 3 of the night, and it's now 3 of their last 3 ball attempts and an 11-0 lead. That time, WLA is as undisciplined as I've seen in a long time on the defensive side of the floor. And here's a foul on Sophia Lair against the driving Kinsey Rank. They switched to the 1-3-1, did WLA on that last possession, and no one followed the best shooter on the floor, Lauren Baker. As I mentioned, averaging almost 39% from 3, and no one followed her to the corner. Petrowitz is blocked at the rim, and here come the Ledgers trying to continue to pour it on. Allison Baker, shot fake, floater in the paint. She gets it to go. Allison Baker, the freshman, fearless down the paint, and it's a 13-0 lead. My goodness. It's all Ledgers early here, and Coach Redding in his defensive stance on the far corner of the court, and his defense playing well out there right now. Pino has a cross-court pass to Seal McCauley. She triggers up a 3. This one's good for Seal McCauley, and so we've seen 4 threes rained in here between the two teams early on as WLA gets on the board almost 4 minutes into this contest. They have a very slow start and very sloppy against Campbellsport as well on Tuesday. They're going to get a foul in the backcourt as Kinsey Rank is fouled by Jasleen Loins. WLA was tied with Campbellsport at halftime and did not feel like they played a very good first half on Tuesday. And I would say so far a frustrating start for them as well here tonight. Backdoor cut from Kinsey Rank, found by Jenna Petrowitz. A ball fake there. She's being hounded by Scarlett Gertig, and she has to kick it back out. Here's Petrowitz, back to Supernand. Supernand nearly traveled with it. Entry pass to Pino. Pino keeps it high, count the basket and the foul. So there is the first points for Jill Pino, and you see just there how difficult she is to deal with down underneath. As I believe that was Ducks underneath that picked up that foul, the freshman coming off the bench, and mentioned, again, it's a tough matchup for someone like her. They actually went on Scarlett Gertig there, pardon me. And Pino to the charity stripe, and she's good there. So a 3-ball and a 3-point play the old-fashioned way has WLA back within 7 on back-to-back possessions. A good response out of the timeout for WLA. And Janet Petrowitz is subbed out here for Kiana Rank. WLA now in a 1-2-2 zone here. So a little bit of a change with Kiana Rank coming onto the floor. Jasleen Loins kicks it to Allison Baker. Baker in the corner. She's fouled there. She's going to go to the line for 3 on the foul from number 22, Seal McCauley. McCauley a little bit late getting down to the corner, and the contact was whistled. Pretty light contact, all things considered, but there certainly was some. And the freshman Baker goes to the free throw line to build on what is already a 5-point night for her. She misses the first. Second free throw looks better. This one nestles home for Allison Baker. Just fearless, and that's what I can guarantee Coach Redding wanted to see from players like Allison Baker and Elizabeth Ducks, freshmen that have been tasked at playing some big-time minutes here early in the season. Bounce pass from Lola Rich up to Kinsey Rank. Rank chased down from behind, and Jasleen Loins pokes that out. It'll stay with WLA underneath. Right now, WLA has 3 sophomores, a junior and a senior out there, compared to Springs, who has a couple of freshmen, a couple of seniors, and a junior. A lot of youth out there on the basketball floor right now, that's for sure. Pino had some positioning there, not able to convince Kiana Rank to throw it down to her. And a little bit frustrated underneath was Pino that time. Here's Kinsey Rank. Dribble drive, working on Baker. Gets to the middle of the paint, she's fouled. And I think this one's going to go on Ducks. And so Kinsey Rank has been as aggressive perhaps as Allison Baker has on the other side of the floor. And Rank, that's the 3rd different foul she has drawn here tonight for WLA. So one of the positives, I would say few positives for WLA here early in this ball game has been Kinsey Rankin stacking up some fouls here on the Ledgers. That's team foul number 4 on Springs already with 13 minutes left in this first half. Second free throw for Kinsey Rank is good. And Allison Baker will walk it into the front court with an 8-point lead on the Quest Interior scoreboard. Far side with Scarlett Gertig. Cutting through is Lauren Baker. Working on Kinsey Rank. She's a good defender as well, Kinsey Rank is. Her sister Kiana here picks up a foul on the drive from Scarlett Gertig. And it'll be an underneath inbounds here for the Ledgers. This first quarter of the game is sponsored by Wisconsin Lighting Lab. Appreciate Will Brands and their partnership sponsoring local high school sports. Coming through is Ducks. Gets it out to the right wing to Gertig. Back down to the corner with Allison Baker. Baker into the middle of the paint, guarded by Lola Rich. She's got it now back on that right wing. Oh, nice spin move, and the floater is up. This one's too strong. Rebound collected by Abby Walta, who came in at the last stoppage. Here's Lola Rich into the front court. Rich, oh, and everything just parts for her. She misses the layup on the left side. Some spotty defense there from the Ledgers. They're not punished for it, though, as Jasleen Loins back into the front court. She's got a sweet spin move to the rack, and she finishes strong. Jasleen Loins with her first points of the night, and it's back to a double-digit lead for the Ledgers, who are now in a 2-3 zone by the looks of it. Yeah, they're going to go to a zone. WLA has missed a couple of threes. Not a bad idea to maybe combat the size of WLA and make the Vikings prove that they can shoot it, which they have struggled at this year already. A lot of their production, almost all of it, coming inside with Jenna Petrowitz and Jill Pino. Here's a miss from WLA, and Lola Rich tried to track down the rebound but wasn't able to do so. And it's going to be back over to the Ledgers and Lauren Baker after about, 25 seconds on the bench. That's what it seemed like, at least. Might have been a little longer than that, but Coach Reddick knows he can't leave Lauren Baker sitting on the pine for very long, that's for sure. She's into the front court. Here's Scarlett Gertig. Hands off to Jasleen Loins. Loins, backdoor cut down to Ducks, and that one's stolen away by Kiana Rank. Collects for the Ledgers. Here's Lauren Baker. Wide open, left wing three. This one misses. Rebound brought down by Jenna Petrowitz, and she rips through. She's going to get a foul in the backcourt by Scarlett Gertig, and that's number 2 on the senior Gertig here in this early portion of the contest. And also the 5th personal. So Coach Reddick not able to get Mari Hempfner up to the scorer's table quick enough, so Gertig's got to be a little bit careful on this defensive possession. Here's an entry pass down to Jenna Petrowitz, and Petrowitz has to kick it right back out. Here's Supernan on the right wing. Addie Supernan resets things for WLA, gets the ball to Abby Walta, lobs it into the high post to Kiana Rank, repositions in the corner. She was open there, didn't even look at the hoop. And here's a scramble for the basketball. WLA nearly turned it over. Petrowitz saves the possession to Lola Rich. Rich with a ball fake. Gets back to the middle of the paint. That one's tipped away. Nice hands by Jasleen Loins. And it's going to be tied up. Go back over to Springs. Lola Rich tried to sneak through the top portion of that zone, and Jasleen Loins able to deflect it off of the knee of Lola Rich. And the scramble that ensued ended up with a tie-up. Again, WLA's inability to take care of the basketball this season is, uncharacteristic of a team that is 3-1 at this point. And so far tonight, you're seeing that become a big thing, big potential storyline. As we said, it could have been here tonight against the Ledgers. Here's Addie Supernan. And to stay out of foul trouble here, it's just number 1 on Lauren Baker, but look out, as the Vikings will be in bonus with the next Springs foul, and there's still more than half of this first half left to go. Everyone backed off Petrowitz. She goes down the lane, and a late whistle will send Jenna Petrowitz to the charity stripe. Coach Reddick didn't like the lateness of the whistle or the fact that he thought Maggie Dalzell was straight up and down. Dalzell kind of a wry smile on the far side of the lane there, as Jenna Petrowitz goes to the charity stripe. So now WLA in the bonus. they're going to shoot every foul from here on out in this first half. First free throw no good for Jenna Petrowitz. Springs does play an aggressive style of basketball, that's for sure. Second free throw is good as well. Excuse me, missed the first, 1 for 2. Apologies. WLA now 3 for its first 5 from the free throw line. Ledgers are 2 for 3 from the charity stripe. Here is Lair. Hempfner almost had it batted away by Pino. Scramble for the basketball, tied up, and it goes back over to WLA. So an underneath inbounds here for WLA, 21-10 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. This portion of the broadcast brought to you by Michaels Corporation. And once again, the full court press looks like kind of a 1-2-1-1 or that about in the backcourt, and there's the steal. Lauren Baker, one-handed pass to Jasleen Loins, and Loins finishes at the dish. How about that for Jasleen Loins? Another steal for Lauren Baker, and Loins able to pay it off. Here is Lola Rich, kicks it out. Addie Supernan, shot fake there, gets to the middle of the paint, kicks it down to Pino. Pino's going to try a three. Don't see many of those from her. She missed it. And the rebound fought for by Jill Pino, collected by Baker. Over to Lauren Baker. Here's Loins in the corner. Loins launches a three. This one comes up short, and Lair can't keep it in. And so it goes back over to WLA. A 13-point lead for the Ledgers as WLA just looks all out of sorts offensively. And Coach Schroffnagel is trying to figure out how they can get the ball down underneath to Jenna Petrowitz or Jill Pino. That last possession, Pino out in the corner. And with a massive size advantage, you wonder what she's doing out in the corner. Here's Addie Supernan. Pino gets the offensive rebound. Nice finish by Jill Pino. She's now got 5 points in this first half, and WLA's back within 11. Loins far side, top of the key with Lauren Baker. Lair, Allison Baker. Allison crosses twice, goes past Supernan, down to the corner with Lauren. Lauren goes baseline. Nice behind the back move past Kinsey Rank, and now she's going to try to throw it up. She traveled. Yeah, back over to WLA on the turnover. Lauren Baker just got caught there in the corner and turned it back over to WLA. Not many of those will you get from Lauren Baker over the course of a night. Springs going to pull off the full court press. They're going to sit in the 2-3 zone. Supernan gets it ahead to Kinsey Rank to the high post with Petrowitz. Petrowitz spins and has her pocket picked. There's Lauren Baker. Oh, what a play by Lauren Baker from the high post. Just picked the pocket of Petrowitz, who thought she had a clear lane to the hoop. She did, but not before she got it stolen. Here's Jasleen Loins. Loins gets it to go from the corner. And a timeout from Coach Mitch Reddig with a 14-point lead. Let's take it with him. It's a 14-point lead for the Ledgers on the Quest Interior scoreboard. Back after this.
Okay, let's start with some clouds, some mountains over there, and finally a river. Hey, Dad, look.
Looks like the perfect spot.
American Family Insurance is here to protect your family on the road with the Travel Peace of Mind package.
American Family Insurance.
Visit Brad Tagle of Petra today in Fond du Lac or Ripon.
30-second timeout taken by Coach Mitch Reddig. Probably to set something up defensively. Yeah, they're going to come back right back out here in the press. And I think Coach Reddig kind of smells blood in the water here a little bit, right? And he's going to, he feels, I can just about guarantee you, he feels like they got to strike while the iron's hot here. They have all the momentum. And WLA just does not look like running a good offense right now. That one's tipped around, kicked out by Sophia Lair, so it'll stay with the Vikings on the underneath inbounds. But everything just looks difficult for WLA offensively. And they trail by 14 with 7 minutes to go in this first half. Here's Seal McCauley, bounces to Jill Pino. Pino tries to drive it. She had it poked away by Loins, and then Baker ties her up. Allison Baker does not look like a freshman out there. Not at all. Right at home in the starting lineup for the Ledgers. And she's got it here. She'll trot into the front court with a 14-point lead. Backdoor cut from Jasleen Loynes. Here's Sophia Lair, guarded by Pino. Gets it to Lauren Baker. Kicks it back out to Lair. She started the scoring with a triple. This one misses. She gets her own rebound. Pino did not block her out. Free shot here for Baker, and Baker makes them pay. Allison Baker, the first player tonight into double figures from either team. She's got 10. Pino just bulldozes her way into the front court, gives it to Supernan. Deep three, banks in. And WLA needed a little bit of luck, and they will take that to try to get that thing back in within 14. They do. And once again, Lair trying to track down her own rebound. WLA giving up offensive boards despite having the big size advantage. That one poked away by Kinsey Rank, and Petrowitz completes the steal. Supernan into the front court. Nice look underneath Seal McCauley. McCauley is hacked by Lauren Baker, and that's number 2 on Baker. She put her hands on her head. She thought she got all ball, but McCauley is going to go to the free throw line for a pair, 8th team foul.
2 shots. Seal McCauley.
First free throw for McCauley is good. She hit a 3 early on. That's the first point since. And Coach Schroffnagel having a conversation there during that first free throw with Jill Pino. Pino failed to block out on back-to-back threes from Sophia Lair. That one of them turned into a 3 for Springs, and the other one, thankfully from a WLA perspective, didn't turn into anything, but cannot give up second chance points when you're down by 14. I would guess that's probably part of the message there from Coach Schroffnagel, if I'm trying to put myself inside the mastermind of the WLA's head coach. 13-point lead here for the Ledgers. Entry pass down to Maggie Dalzell. She turns. She's blocked by Jenna Petrowitz, who sends that one up against the padding. And Petrowitz kind of rolling her eyes at the antics of the student section in the corner there of the WLA kids. Here's Lair, gets the ball to Loynes, and she's pushed from behind. Yeah, that was Seal McCauley. She's going to pick up the foul. Just a little bit late getting over to cover Loynes, and then the hand on the back is whistled for a foul. Good call, and Loynes with a chance for a 3-point play. My goodness. And Loynes, as we mentioned, the Viking killer is back at work here tonight. And just like that, Loynes is into double figures. She's got 10. So 10 for Allison Baker, 10 for Jasleen Loynes, 5 for Lauren Baker. Those are the leaders for the Ledgers so far. Here's Pino, gets the ball to Lola Rich. Shot fake there, goes past Dalzell, and it ends up with Kinsey Rank on the far side 3. This one comes up short, and the offensive rebound to Petrowitz. And there's Jasleen Loynes again. She just plays so stinking hard on both sides of the floor, doesn't she? And I would say so far the Ledgers certainly out-efforting the Vikings. They are flying around the floor on both sides. Here's Addie Supernan. High post to Petrowitz. Near side entry pass from Kinsey Rank down to Jill Pino. Pino is trapped down there. She gets it back out. Here's the swing pass to Supernan, and Addie Supernan hits her second 3 of the last couple of minutes. And WLA's back within 13. Every time WLA hits a big shot, you look back up at the scoreboard, and they're barely any closer, it seems like. Still 32-19 on that Quest Interiors scoreboard. Loynes on the far side. And this one's tipped away by Petrowitz. Loynes collects, gives it to Allison Baker. Baker uses that Loynes screen, and now is trapped. She gets it to Gertig. Scarlett Gertig traveled. Yeah, just a little too anxious there, Scarlett Gertig. A little off balance going down the left side of the paint, and could not keep that trailing pivot foot anchored. 4.5 minutes left in this first half. That has been dominated by the Ledgers. Here's Jill Pino. Pino bounce pass far side. That one kicked out by Ducks. And an underneath inbounds coming from the point guard, Addie Supernan. WLA going to stack it up on that left side lane line. And Supernan just lobs in to Rich, who gets it underneath to Pino. Pino with the hook shot. That's a nice, well-worked inbound play by the Vikings, and Pino's up to 7. In this first half, she's found them very, very difficult to come by. There is nothing easy from the Ledgers, despite no one being anywhere near the size of Jill Pino. That time, Allison Baker looked like she stepped out of bounds. She stayed in, tight-roped it, and it's a block underneath. Dalzell had it rejected by Jenna Petrowitz. The second block of the first half for Petrowitz. As the Vikings back into the front court. Backdoor cut from Kinsey Rank. Gets it down to Pino, Pino with the 15-footer. Can't get it to go. Pino not aggressively taken to the hole there. Settling for the jump shot. She missed it. Here's a screen for Baker. And Baker makes them pay. Allison Baker's third triple of the first half. And she's now got 13 points. Supernan tripped over the screen, and Baker made them pay. Here is a Pino offensive board, and she's going to be fouled by Ducks. That's number 2 on Elizabeth Ducks. And team foul number 9. Now, Springs picked up their 7th team foul with 9 minutes and 6 seconds left in this half. So they've done a really nice job to play the last 6 minutes or so, only picking up a couple of fouls, and really has not made that big a deal with how poorly WLA has shot the free throws. WLA is 4 for 8 so far from the line. And Pino misses both of them. This one's tipped out by Kinsey Rank. It'll go over to the Ledgers. Abby Walter returns for WLA. She'll take out Jill Pino. And this electric Ledgers offense here tonight hasn't been electric all season long yet, but they've found something. They ran out the tunnel and saw Vikings on the chest of their opponents, and they're ready to roll here tonight, especially Jasleen Loynes. You know she loves the game against WLA. This is a tie-up underneath. It'll go back over to WLA as Dalzell ties it up with Petrowitz. You know, we mentioned Loynes last year averaging more than 20 points per game against WLA. This year, she's averaged single figures, about 8 points per game this season. She's already got 10 in the first half here. And look out, she's got her hand in another passing lane. She's running the break, gets to the middle of the paint, gets it out to the corner. Allison Baker, another triple. This one rattles around and out, and Dalzell fights to earn another possession for the Ledgers. Maggie Dalzell has done a terrific job battling on the boards. And once again, she has no business, sometimes double teamed in there, earning an extra possession for WLA. She's done it on countless occasions in this first half. Here's Jasleen Loynes, hounded by Lola Rich. Loynes to the far side with Gertig, who gets it to Dalzell, kicks it out to Lair. Lair's hit a 3 already in this first half. Nice pass from Gertig down to Dalzell. She's going to spin once, spin twice, kicks it to Lair. Can't get it to go, but there's Dalzell again. Another offensive rebound, and again with Scarlett Gertig. Loynes with 2 minutes left in this first half. Hands off to Gertig and Lair. Baker will slow things down. Allison Baker, the freshman, who leads all scorers with 13 points tonight. Here goes Jasleen Loynes down the lane. Nice bounce pass to Dalzell. She missed it, and the rebound cleared with Abby Walta. WLA once again trails by 14 points. Supernan, Rank, back over to Addie Supernan, into the high post with Petrowitz. Backdoor cut from Abby Walta, has it go off her hands and out of bounds. Another WLA turnover. We mentioned it, they had 93 coming into tonight's contest, and they have not cleaned it up yet tonight, that's for sure. I did do the math before. That's 23 and a quarter turnovers per game, and that's for pretty lucky to be 3-1 and turning the ball over at that clip. I would contend. Here's Lauren Baker on the far right side, top of the key with Allison Baker, guarded by Jenna Petrowitz. Here's Sophia Lair. Lair poked away by Pino, but the Ledgers will retain possession with Lauren Baker. Down to Allison Baker. Top of the key, Lair. Thought about the three, goes right past Pino. Nice lob pass underneath. Scarlett Garrick has it blocked by Petrowitz again. There's the third block of the first half for Jenna Petrowitz. Rich into the front court. Back to Supernan, top of the key. Near side with Walta. It's deflected out of bounds by Jasleen Loynes. I don't know if Coach Reddig takes as much pride in the deflection stat as his boys Springs coach counterpart. Coach Kyle Krieger loves those deflections, but Jasleen Loynes is a deflections monster, and she has been in this first half as well. Here's Petrowitz, down to Abby Walta, short corner jump shot, missed it. WLA settling for those 15-footers, and that time Walta had no one between her and the hoop. Baker to Baker. This time it's Lauren down the lane. Kicks it out. Lair, three ball, missed it. A little bit of a scoring drought here for Springs, but their defense has not let WLA any closer than this. WLA has been no closer than 10 points for the majority of this first half. Here is Jill Pino. Hook shot, missed it. Under 10 seconds to go. Here goes Allison Baker. 6 seconds. 5, 4. Loynes, corner, 3. On the way, missed it. Rebound tapped around. There's the end of the first half. Coach Mitch Reddig loves it. 35-21 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. Springs all over WLA in this first half. High school sports today on RadioPlusInfo.com is presented by these 5 Fond du Lac area Edward Jones financial advisors: Matt Moses, Matt Helmer, Jeff Wills, Robert Bruce, and Patrick Ellisted. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Appreciate their partnership in covering local high school sports. Let's take a timeout. When we return, we'll have our Holiday Automotive halftime show. That comes up next on Radio Plus Video Sports.
Marco, the name our area trusts for all things related to your tax return. For over 60 years, our community has trusted the Marco Tax Service at 43 East 3rd Street, Fond du Lac.
Hi, I'm Aaron Sadoff, blessed to be the president of Marion University right here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. If you are beginning your college adventure or looking to transfer, Marion University could be the perfect fit for you. Our beautiful campus, our amazing faculty and staff, our Division III athletics, and our amazing mission are waiting for you. Come visit Marion University. Not only will you get a great education, but we will help you become the best for the world. Good luck and go Sabres!
Just like a great team, National Exchange Bank and Trust knows that success is built on strong relationships and trust. Since 1933, the bank has been locally owned and focused on serving the needs of our community so that our friends and neighbors can live the life they want. Let National Exchange Bank and Trust be your financial teammate for life, because when it comes to your financial goals, we're here to help you stay ahead of the game. Visit nebat.com to learn more.
It's the dawn of a new day for Dr. Kathy Doyle Kelly and Doyle Kelly Family Dentistry.
I'm Dr. Dylan Fogel, and I'm now the new owner of Doyle Kelly Family Dentistry. I'm truly honored to carry forward the tradition of personalized care you've come to know and trust. You'll still see Dr. Kathy and all the familiar faces who make this office feel like home. At Doyle Kelly Family Dentistry, we promise to do everything we can to keep you smiling before, after, and even during your appointment.
Doyle Kelly Family Dentistry will be changing its name to Fogel Family Dentistry in 2026. Find Dr. Dylan Fogel on Fond du Lac Avenue in Fond du Lac.
Your dream space starts with quartz countertops from Quest Interiors. Whether it's your kitchen, bathroom, mudroom, or even a closet island, we custom fabricate one-of-a-kind surfaces that elevate every room. And the best part? We install many in as little as 1 week, quickly turning your vision into reality. Visit our showrooms in Oshkosh and Fond du Lac. Quest Interiors, exceptional style, exceptional savings.
Gas prices, home expenses, education. Will those costs always go up? Probably. At Winnebago Lutheran Academy, we can help you with one of them. We are a part of the Wisconsin Parental Choice Program, a program which enables qualifying families to receive a quality Christian education at no cost. That's right, zero tuition if you qualify. To learn more, visit WLAVikings.org.
Living it for 4 years, loving it forever.
At our store, it's about the people, and it's about the experience you have from the minute you walk through our doors. It's about serving you and listening to what you came in for. It's having real conversations with people in our community. And it's giving back. It's being a one-stop shop for all your electronic, appliance, and home furniture needs. Since 1922, we've been sharing our knowledge and providing pieces that make your life just a little bit better. Silica for your home.
Add more joy to your holiday season and drive with confidence this winter in a new vehicle from Holiday. Choose GMC Sierra and score rates as low as 0%. Plus BV Trade Assist cash on top of our low simplified price while you enjoy our exceptional guest care.
A great vibe, excellent service, and genuine care. That's what you get here.
Come be our guest and go from wish list to reality.
Find yours and discover the difference at Holiday Automotive, Fond du Lac.
It's worth the trip.
Welcome back here on Radio Plus Video Sports. Halftime between the Vikings and the Ledgers, and Springs all over WLA, 35-21 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. You just saw and heard from our good friends at Holiday Automotive. They sponsor our halftime show, Holiday. It's worth the trip. Give you some halftime stats here. First for the losing Winnebago Lutheran Academy Vikings. Kinsey Rank made a free throw, as did Jenna Petrowitz. Just a point apiece for Kinsey Rank and Jenna Petrowitz. That's kind of interesting. Petrowitz, I mentioned, averaging 8 points and 12 rebounds or so this season. She's held to just a point in the first half. She had a monster second half on Tuesday. She had 16. So don't rule out Jenna Petrowitz just yet for WLA. Lola Rich had 2. Seal McCauley had 4, 6 for Addie Supernan on a couple of 3 balls, and Jill Pino led WLA with 7 first-half points. First-half scoring for the leading St. Mary's Springs Academy Ledgers. 2 points apiece for Elizabeth Ducks and Maggie Dalzell. Their big impact, in my opinion, came on the defensive side of the floor. Now, again, Dalzell earned extra possessions on multiple occasions in that first half with second-chance points and offensive rebounds. But her real impact came on that defensive side of the floor, where they just crowded out Jenna Petrowitz and Jill Pino in that first half. Sophia Lair had 3 points. Lauren Baker had 5. Jasleen Loins with 10. And Allison Baker with 13. Both Baker and Loins already ahead of their season-long averages for points per game in just the first half of action. 35-21. All of that adds up to that on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. We'll see if we can get you some scores from elsewhere throughout the night. When we take our second time out here of this halftime break, we'll whip around the Flyway Conference, see if we can get you some other scores. Again, Mayville is at Laconia, North Fond du Lac is at Campbellsport, and Lamira is at Omro tonight. Those are the other contests going on around the Flyway Conference. So it'd be interesting as this starts to shake out. Through one game, you really don't know a ton. You know, coming into this season, certainly thought that the 3 that were the 3 last year in Lamira, Omro, and Laconia would certainly be there. Springs was kind of that 4th team last year. I know they finished in 3rd place a season ago, but they lost more than perhaps Omro and Lamira did in terms of production from last year to this year. So anyways, it'll be interesting once you get 3 or 4 games in the conference play, then you start to kind of see how things start to separate out and who finds themselves at the top and who is the proverbial chasers of the pack in conference play. So there you go. 35-21. Springs has done an excellent job tonight of really taking WLA out of what it wanted to do on the offensive side of the floor, and that's why they have a 14-point lead in the halftime locker room. All right, let's take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll have second half action for you here on Radio Plus Video Sports. Jordan King with you in the Radio Plus broadcast booth, and WLA trying to figure out how they can get back in it. Springs trying to figure out how they can keep this momentum rolling here tonight at Hutter Gymnasium. Back after this on Radio Plus.
Integrity Saw and Tool is a proud sponsor of Fond du Lac area sports. They wish the best of luck to all local teams this fall and winter. Integrity prides itself on being the fastest producer of high-quality cutting tools and providing the most reliable sharpening service in the industry. If you're looking for a challenging career with excellent benefits and a family atmosphere, contact the team at integritysaw.com. That's integritysaw.com.
Kirky Funeral Chapel and Crematory in Fond du Lac, a proud sponsor of local high school sports. Don and the team at Kirky Funeral Chapel and Crematory invite you to discover who has made Kirky Funeral Chapel and Crematory the ultimate provider of creating healing experiences in the community. To find out more about Kirky Funeral Chapel and Crematories, visit kirkyfuneralchapel.com.
Don Kirky and staff, Kirky Funeral Chapel.
Good luck to all area athletes from the entire staff at Kirky Funeral Chapel.
For over 120 years, Bristol Morgan Bank has served central Wisconsin communities. We're still here, not just as your financial partner, but as a community partner. Communities change over time. They grow, your business grows, your family priorities change. This is why, over the years, we've adapted to the needs of our customers, offering digital tools for convenience, scheduling in-person appointments where and when it works for you, designing products to impact your financial future, because that's what community banks do.
We're back here at Hutter Gymnasium, ready for the second half of action here between the Vikings and the Ledgers. Get you some results from elsewhere so far. Second half play between Campbellsport and North Fondy, 44-26. North Fondy leads it by 18 there. Elsewhere, Laconia has a 30-point lead currently against Mayville. That one's kicked off into the second half as well. Do not have a score from that Lamira and Amaro contest at the time for the time being. See if we can get you one of those scores by the end of the night. 18 more minutes between these two crosstown rivals. And the Ledgers, they didn't want that halftime whistle to come. They didn't want that halftime horn to sound. They wanted to just keep playing. All the momentum, WLA out of sorts. What did Coach Schraffnagel cook up during halftime? That'll be the question. Can WLA get back into this thing in half number 2? Here's Sophia Lair, who gets the ball to Maggie Dalzell, who's out near half court and able to shuffle it over to Allison Baker. Baker to Lair, looking for Jasleen Loynes, hands it off to Loynes. Loynes right side, nice pass over to Dalzell, just a little too hot. The fastball that time from Jasleen Loynes, and Dalzell could not hang on to it. And Springs rightfully going to stay in this 2-3 zone. WLA has not had an answer for it. They're getting the ball to the high post. From there is the problem. Here's the 3 ball for Lola Rich. That one comes up short, and Petrowitz able to take it out right away from Lauren Baker underneath and earn a second possession here for WLA. Baker tips this one off of Addie Supernan, and it'll go back over to the Ledgers. What a play by Lauren Baker. Looked like a defensive back on the football field there, just tapping it off of the hands of Addie Supernand. And Springs basketball once again. Here's Allison Baker, dribbles it off her foot, and it goes back over to WLA. So a little sloppiness from both teams. 3 possessions, 3 turnovers between the two teams here to start off the second half of action. Obviously not what Springs wants, but hey, you'll trade them when you're up by 14 points, I guess. Here's Kinsey Rank. Rank trying to go baseline on Lauren Baker. Baker playing some tough defense down there on the block. Petrowitz at the high post. Lola Rich on the right side. Down underneath, right block. Jill Pino has it knocked away. Who's this one on? If that's on Lauren Baker, they're going to say it's a shooting foul. I don't think she was shooting. That one's an interesting one. Sending Jill Pino to the free throw line. And that is on Maggie Dalzell. And probably from a Springs perspective, better to go on Dalzell. It's just 2 on her. I believe that would have been number 3 on Lauren Baker. I may have one of my fouls mismarked there, so see if I can gain some clarity on that. We may not know until Baker picks up her next foul, if she does pick up another foul. And Pino goes 1 for 2 from the line. 35-22 on the Quest Interior scoreboard. Allison Baker into the front court, gets it down to Lauren in the corner. Here's Sophia Lair working on Jill Pino. Allison Baker thought about the 3, now going to go to the middle of the paint. That's a bounce pass. Once again, too hot for Maggie Dalzell, just too much steam on the pass. and Dalzell couldn't get her hand on it. Again, when you get in those tight quarters, you kind of need the zip on the pass. Dalzell wasn't quite ready for it. And once again, Jasleen Loynes, another steal for Loynes, and another bucket at the other end. Just picks it off. Just an easy entry pass that Supernan tried to fire into Petrowitz and just easily picked off that time from Loynes. Here is Lola Rich. Nice strong finish from the sophomore Rich to respond, but WLA can't be trading baskets as Kinsey Rank gets into the passing lane and knocks it out of bounds. Just a simple turnover there from WLA, and a live ball turnover at that to let Loynes pick up an easy, cheap bucket at the other end. Here's Allison Baker past Supernan. Dalzell able to keep it in off the deflection of Petrowitz. Here's Lair. Back out to Baker. Allison Baker fires away. This one misses, and WLA is going to track down the rebound with Lola Rich. Bounce passes to Petrowitz. Pino's wide open. She gets it from Kinsey Rank. Pino down the lane. Certainly looked like she got away with a travel there. Doesn't matter. She left it up short. And the rebound cleared with Lauren Baker. Baker to Sophia Lair. And Lair will get it to Allison Baker. Here's Jasleen Loynes. Far side. Curls around to the near side. Now spins once. Spins twice. Working on Rich. Up, and she'll be fouled. Head to the free throw line will Jasleen Loynes. Who do you trust with your family's health? For aches and pains, physicals, and sports injuries, Fond du Lac families choose Aurora Healthcare and Dr. Marshall Rutherford. A family medicine specialist, Dr. Rutherford is your go-to for keeping your family healthy. Learn more at aurora.org/doctors. First free throw for Jasleen Loynes, up and good. And back to the halftime lead of 14 points for Springs, which is their largest lead of the night. And Jasleen Loynes breaks that with her second free throw. Loynes up to 14 points, the lead up to 15 for the Ledgers. Here's Jill Pino. Pino into the front court. Nice cross-court pass to Kinsey Rank. Rank did a nice job to move off the ball there, the sophomore Kinsey Rank, and she earned herself an easy layup based on her off-the-ball movement. Here's Loynes once again working on Kinsey Rank. Goes down the lane, kicks it out to Lair. Here's Allison Baker in the left corner. Baker going to probe against Addie Supernan. Hands off to Lauren Baker. Lauren, good decision there to come back out. Numbers weren't there down underneath the basket. Allison Baker shot fake. She's going to drive. Middle of the paint. Throws up a little bit of a wild one there. That's the first time we've kind of seen Allison Baker out of control, I would say. She's just, for a freshman, she just looks in control all the time. Not that time. But again, you'd expect much more of that with an inexperienced player like a freshman. Here's Jill Pino. She's fouled underneath. And this one is on Lauren Baker, so we'll get confirmation of how good my foul stat taking is. It's not as good as my... Oh, hey, how about that? That is number 3 on Lauren Baker. Sometimes you surprise yourself up here, Carrie. I surprised myself there. My ability to count is pretty good, I guess. A little bit better at counting points than I am fouls, but I had that one right. And Lauren Baker's going to stay out on the floor right now with those 3 fouls here in the second half. And Pino can cut this lead to 11. The smallest it's been for WLA is 10, and that was when it was, I want to say it was 13-3. I think that was the last time it was 10 points. And it's been a long time since WLA has been within 10. Here's Scarlett Gertig. Gertig, nice drive to the rack, and she couldn't finish on the right side. Contest that time from Jenna Petrowitz, who has a couple of blocks tonight. Didn't block that one, but certainly affected the shot. Here's Lola Rich. Rich jump stops, gets it to Kinsey Rank. Rank looking to get it into Petrowitz. Instead, she's going to fire up a 3. This one comes up short. Rebound fought for by Lola Rich, and she's got it tied up. It'll stay with Winnebago Lutheran. 13:38 to go in this second half. Is shoulder pain keeping you up at night? For pain relief, Fond du Lac families trust Aurora Healthcare and Dr. Lauren Potter. There are many causes of shoulder pain. As a shoulder specialist, Dr. Potter has the advanced training to take better care of your injury. Learn more at aurora.org/ortho. And there's Jenna Petrowitz underneath. Count the basket and the foul. And I mentioned it there during halftime. Don't count out Jenna Petrowitz in the second half. She had 16 just a couple of days ago against Campbellsport in half number 2. Now she goes to the free throw line to try to make the three-point play and get WLA back within 10 for probably the first time in close to 20 game minutes. That one's missed on the offensive glass, and Coach Schroffnagel was not happy about how they finished that one over there on that far side. Skip pass to Jasleen Loynes. Loynes blows right by Pino, straight to the rack, off the glass, and good. Jasleen Loynes has all 6 points for the Ledgers here in the second half and gets it back out to a 12-point lead. This one's kicked by Baker. No, she's going to say she got her hand on it. Looked like it came off her foot, but you're going to say she tipped it with the fingers, and that is legal. So another turnover for WLA. They have had their fair share of those. It's Christmas season, the season of giving, and WLA has been charitable with the basketball tonight. That is not debatable. Here is Jasleen Loynes. Backdoor cut. Sophia Lair underneath. Good decision to pull it back out, going up against Petrowitz underneath. Here's Loynes once again. She's going to go down the lane, traveled. There was a foul at the end of that, but it was after the travel. I think that was the right decision underneath there. And Dalzell will check back into the ball game and replace Scarlett Gertig, who did a nice job in the stead of Maggie Dalzell there for that little stretch. Here's Kiana Rank. First time we're seeing her in the second half. She's got it on that far side into the high post. Petrowitz down to the short corner. Skip pass from Pino to Supernan, and Supernan being hounded once again by Jasleen Loynes. She just does not give you a free second on the basketball court. Here's Supernan, 3-ball, good. So Addie Supernan with her third triple of the night. She got going with that banked-in three that was a little lucky. Since then, she's made a couple of more. And WLA, look out, back within 10 here. It's a 9-point lead on the Quest Interior scoreboard. Petrowitz gets her hands on it, and she's got a steal. Supernan has it, looking for Pino. Pino didn't turn around, so Supernan into the front court. Here's Jill Pino, skip past Kiana Rank. Here's a shot from the high post, missed it, got her own rebound. Bounce to Supernan, just hit a three on the last possession. This one's airballed. Offensive rebound and a foul for Pino. Pino kind of rolled her eyes there. She thought she should have finished that one off through the contact, and nonetheless, she'll go to the free throw line where she is 3 of 7 tonight. First free throw up and good. That's a place where WLA will feel they left some points. There's something like 6 for 14 right now, I believe. I'm trying to do some quick counting here between free throws. And Pino makes good on both. So WLA back within 7, and it's going to be a timeout here. It's full, taken by WLA. Let's take it with them. WLA creeping back into this thing. Don't go anywhere. You're watching on Radio Plus.
When you hire the attorneys with the Everson Law Office, you're getting more than professional presentation. The attorneys at Everson Law Office are committed to excellence and have been successfully representing their clients since 2005. Practicing business law, estate planning, probate, guardianships, and real estate, they work closely with their clients, providing exceptional legal services that are catered specifically to their needs. Call attorney William Everson at 920-922-7113 or go to everson-law.com.
We're back here at Hutter Gymnasium. I just got a positive review on my my season of giving comment. I thought that was pretty good. WLA, hey, that's going to be a key for them all season. They got to get this turnover thing figured out. And they know that, by the way. I'm not saying anything new or innovative there. Whether you're playing in a rec league or in the majors, sitting out due to injury is no fun. If pain has moved you to the sidelines, Aurora Sports Health can get you back in the lineup. Start with a free injury evaluation from Aurora Sports Health. Request one at aurora.org/sports. Appreciate Aurora and their sponsorship of this portion of the broadcast. 7-point lead for the Ledgers. And WLA, their best spurt of the ball game here tonight, without a doubt. They're back in this thing. Here's Lauren Baker. What does Springs have to answer and counter what WLA has done? Worth noting, Jasleen Loynes, here's a three from Lauren Baker. Oh, the fadeaway three, Lauren Baker's got it. My goodness, I was just about to say, it's worth noting that Jasleen Loynes has all of the second half points for the Ledgers, and she's on the bench. And then Lauren Baker changes that with that fadeaway three. There's a pass from Seal McCauley that ends up smacking the bricks on the end of the arena. No chance that time from Abby Walta. That one was past her before she barely got a hand on that one. 11 minutes left to go here. Allison Baker down the left side of the paint, up with the left hand. No good, rimmed around and out. How did that one not go down for Allison Baker? Rebound from Petrowitz. Here is Supernan looking up ahead to Walta, and Walta had a chance right at the rim, and instead of going up with it, she tried to pass it back to Petrowitz. I don't think she realized that she wasn't being guarded down there on the block. Crossover from Lauren Baker. Baker going to try the right side. Nice pass to Dalzell. Maggie Dalzell finishes off the excellent play from her point guard. And just like that, it's back out to a 12-point lead for the Ledgers. 5-0 spurt out of the WLA timeout. McCauley to Walta. Walta top of the key to Addie Supernan. And Jill Pino is going to check back in for WLA at the next stoppage, as this has gone all wrong with her on the bench in the last about minute and a half. Here's Lauren Baker unguarded. Now Walta scrambles over to front the Stellar Springs Jr. Here's Allison Baker. Back to Lauren Baker. Baker, middle of the paint, floater no good. Rebound, fought for. Dalzell blocked, no, fouled. Petrowitz that time got a bit of arm in addition to the ball on the block. And Dalzell will go to the free throw line. Just number 2 on Petrowitz. Check that, number 1 on Jenna Petrowitz. And the first free throw up and good for Maggie Dalzell. For all of WLA's struggles at the charity stripe, Springs is now 6 of 7 from the line. The free throw situation has been a massive, massive difference between these two teams. Second free throw for Dalzell, rattles around, no good. Awkward bounce, but it is taken in by Seal McCauley, and she'll trot into the front court with it. Here's Addie Supernan down to the corner. Miscommunication with Lola Rich, another WLA turnover. So WLA with all the momentum, cut it down to 7. And ever since then, the Ledgers have just kind of regained control. Here's Allison Baker. Middle of the paint for Allison Baker. The freshman's got to clear it out. There's Loynes on the cut through. Back to Allison Baker, top of the key from Gertig. Dalzell getting position underneath in the middle of the paint. She's got to get out of there. Nice job to step out of the lane on the potential 3-second call there. Baker can't get it to go on the floater. Supernan brings down the rebound. Up ahead to Lola Rich. Rich with the Euro step through, up. Can't get it to go. Offensive rebound. Jill Pino, she puts it back. Pino with her first field goal of the second half. She's now got 6 second half points. She's gone to the line a couple of times, and that's a tie-up. Going back over to WLA down underneath, as Allison Baker got herself in some trouble. And they're going to correct the arrow. It should be Springs basketball, so they're going to switch things over. They did not move. I was curious. I thought the last arrow went to WLA, and that was the case. So Springs will retain possession. Backdoor cut, and Seal McCauley had no idea that Gertig was going backdoor. Gertig just couldn't get it to go. Here is Seal McCauley on the other side. She can't get this layup to fall, and Gertig clears down the rebound. Into the front court, Allison Baker to Ducks. Ducks hounded by Pino, and gets it back out to Allison Baker, and Baker will calm things down. 8.5 minutes to play in the ball game. Here goes Ducks. Elizabeth Ducks down the paint, kicks to get Dalzell, who hands off to Baker, and an offensive foul underneath. Is this going to be on Maggie Dalzell? A very aggressive punch from the official. Yeah, Maggie Dalzell picked up a foul underneath. I didn't see it. It was off the ball. And that's the 5th team foul. So, again, Springs is living dangerously in terms of the team foul count. This part of the game is presented by Fogel Family Dentistry. Dr. Dylan Fogel is the new owner of Doyle Kelly Dental on Fond du Lac Avenue in Fond du Lac. Appreciate their support of tonight's broadcast. Far side with Rich, back to Supernan. High post Petrowitz, and Pino turns it over. Threw it straight to Scarlett Gertig, and Gertig able to break the pressure into the front court here for the Ledgers. Wow. Once again, Springs has done its fair share of defensive pressure to force WLA turnovers, but there's been a lot of unforced errors from the Vikings as well. Here's Baker, and she is fouled on the 3 ball as Kinsey Rank was trying to box Baker out, and you'll get some of those referees that call that a foul. It really is not a foul, and it's not a shooting foul, but they're going to give 3 free throws here to Allison Baker. Timeout, Ledgers. We'll take it with them. 7:50 to go. Springs leads by 11 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. Back after this on Radio Plus.
Cleaning your gutters is a pain, but ignoring them could ruin the value of your home. Gutter Helmet is the solution. Choose the perfect color to blend with your home, and our certified technicians will install Gutter Helmet in less than a day. Call Gutter Helmet today to never clean your gutters again.
Got pain? See Shane. Dr. Shane Bauer at Bauer Chiropractic. Dr. Bauer can help relieve pain in arthritic knees, reduce or relieve pain from degenerative and herniated lumbar discs in your back. Dr. Bauer's laser treatment relieves pain and inflammation. Works like cortisone without the side effects. Dr. Bauer also offers custom orthotics for proper back posture. Since 1998, this area has trusted the team at Bauer Chiropractic. So if you've got pain, see Shane at Bauer Chiropractic.
Thanks to the Sarower Family Dental for being part of our high school sports coverage this season. Dr. Todd Sarower is proud to announce the addition of his son, Dr. Brady Sarower, to their new office on South Main Street. Come visit them and see how the Sarower family is making you smile generation after generation. Visit SarowerDental.com. Clarification on my comment there before we went to break. It was a foul. It should not be a shooting foul. As Baker was already back down on the floor, and there's just a blockout attempt from Kinsey Rank, and so that should really be on the floor, but they're going to give 3 free throws to Allison Baker nonetheless, and she'll hit the first. She's now 3 for 4 from the charity stripe. I mean, Baker had landed and then was being blocked out, so that was the kind of the question I think that some people had on that particular juncture, and it was a big decision, as Baker has already paid off 2 of the free throws. And the third up and good. So Baker, her first points of the second half coming there on somewhat of a gift from the Vikings to foul her on the 3-point shot. She's now got 16 points here tonight. Here is Addie Supernan. Petrowitz goes to the high post. Back to Rich. Lobs it into Petrowitz. That one's knocked away by Baker. Rich has it. Falling down, gets it to Pino. Skip pass, ends up with Kinsey Rank underneath the, Rank. And Supernan's got it now. Kinsey Rank down to Rich. Rich, shot fake, goes underneath. Missed it. Nice job by Maggie Dalzell to go straight up and down. She's in foul trouble. And that time she defended without fouling underneath. 14-point lead for the Ledgers, trying to build on that. Here is Gertig. Gertig top of the key to Jasleen Loynes. Hands off to Lauren Baker. Baker spins, working on Kinsey Rank. Nice job by Kinsey Rank to deny Lauren Baker on the drive. Here's Scarlett Gertig working on Pino. Jasleen Loynes fires one underneath to Maggie Dalzell. Spins once, spins twice, can't get it to go. That shot impacted once again by Jenna Petrowitz, who's had a very good night defensively. And Pino will clear things for WLA. And Supernan now into the front court. Here's Addie Supernan, Euro step, finger roll. That's a pretty move by Addie Supernan. She's into double figures with 11 for WLA. And WLA back within 12. They got it down to as few as 7. Here's a steal from Jill Pino. Pino no-look pass, gets it back from Supernan, and Pino will finish at the rim. Nice extra pass by Addie Supernan, and a timeout for WLA and Coach Eric Schaffnagel. 30 seconds. We're back in 30 seconds on Radio Plus.
Hey, Devontae.
Let me get a Cantina chicken burrito and a bowl with that seasoned, slow-roasted chicken I like, please.
You have a golf course in your house?
I got a Taco Bell in my house, bro.
Where did it go? Where did it go? Oh, there it is.
Cheaters don't get chicken.
Huh?
Cheaters get no chicken.
I won't give him any.
Back at Hutter Gymnasium, now a 10-point contest on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. Jill Pino up to 15 points. She's got 8 here in the second half. To go with a 7-point first half for the Vikings. She is nearing her season average of 18 points per game. But WLA got to find a way back in this final 6:16 of the ball game. They're going to come out in a press, and Lauren Baker goes right past Lola Rich and breaks it. Back to Allison Baker, far side Jasleen Loynes. Trying to work on rank. Kicks it to the corner. Sophia Lair, she's hit a big one already tonight. This one misses. Rebound batted around into the hands of Lauren Baker. And Allison Baker is going to calm things down, the freshman. Going to settle her squad. Now she goes left side paint. Backdoor cut Jasleen Loynes. And Loynes is tied up underneath. Now the arrow's back to WLA. And the Vikings able to defend without fouling and also not giving up any points on that possession. You feel like WLA needs to make much better use of their possessions. I mean, cannot have possessions where they don't get shots at the very least from here on out. That's certainly how you got to feel if you're a WLA fan. Here is an air ball that time from Rich, taken in on the near side from Lauren Baker, and she shovels to Allison, who again, the freshman, just calms things down and just very impressive. Here's Jasleen Loynes working on Addie Supernan. Hands off to Sophia Lair. Lair gives it to Lauren Baker. Allison Baker cuts through. Jasleen Loynes. They're just kind of curling around, waiting for an advantage. Here goes Jasleen Loynes, blocked by Petrowitz, and then she throws it away. Loynes turns it over to Supernan. Addie into the front court. Nice in and out dribble. Euro step. Scoop, and it just goes off the front end of the iron. I was going to say scoop and score plus the foul, but it just ticked off the front iron, and 2 shots upcoming here for Addie Supernan. That would have been some sort of momentum play there for WLA had that one gone down. Supernan misses the first. And free throw shooting could come back and haunt WLA here tonight. I have them missing 9 free throws. Make it 10 now. Here's an offensive rebound, Jill Pino, and Pino gets fouled. So WLA into the bonus now. This one's going to go on Ducks. And that may be an avenue for WLA to get back in this thing as well. Foul number 3 on Ducks. That should have been a shooting foul. So the table thought it was a 1-and-1. It should be a shooting foul. Oh, they're going to correct that it was not on Ducks, it was on Lair. So 3 on Lair, not Ducks. And Pino goes to the charity stripe. First free throw crawls over to the front edge. Point number 16 for Jill Pino. And the Vikings deficit back down to single figures. Couple of rhythm dribbles for Jill Pino. And the second free throw rattles around, no good. And Jenna Petrowitz has another offensive rebound for WLA, and she gets it out to Addie Supernan. Supernan finds Pino. Down underneath, Petrowitz kicks it out. Kinsey Rank, shot fake, down to Petrowitz. Gets it into Pino. Pino snaps a pass across the court, and now it's an opportunity for Lola Rich at the free throw line. On this possession alone, WLA will have shot 6 free throws after the 2 here from Lola Rich. Supernan missed both. Offensive rebound to Pino. Pino made 1 of 2. Offensive rebound to Petrowitz. And now Lola Rich her opportunity at the free throw line, and she misses one. I mean, WLA they wouldn't even have had to have made all of their misses to have a lead here tonight. They would have just had to have made a good percentage of them. Double-digit misses from the free throw line for WLA here tonight, and another miss and another offensive rebound. This time, Pino has it go off her hands, though, and out of bounds. So WLA will apply the press. They had 6 free throws, and they scored a single point on that possession. Here's Sophia Lair. Lair working on Supernan, gives it over to Dalzell. Dalzell kicks it out. Allison Baker, wide open three. She's got it. And circle that juncture right there. That Allison Baker three. WLA, as I mentioned, 6 free throws to cut it down to as few as 7 points. They miss 5 of the 6. And Allison Baker comes back down and sticks a 3 right at the top of the key. Pino misses. Rebound down with Lauren Baker. Hounded in the backcourt by Rich. And Coach Schaffnagel wondering why his defense ran back and they aren't putting any full court pressure on the Ledgers. Down by 12 with under 4 minutes to play. Here's Allison Baker once again. Hands off to Sophia Lair. And Spring's just going to run clock here. WLA, see if they get a little more aggressive on these dribble drive handoffs. Lair, guarded by Supernan. Trying to hand it off to Loins. Instead gives it to Baker in the corner. Baker passed a couple of Vikings to Lauren Baker. Loins on the near side. Now a double team from Addie Supernan comes. Loins goes right past Rank. Down the baseline. Missed it. Rebound down to Addie Supernan. Supernan looks up the floor. Has, Lola Rich. Instead she's going to go to Kinsey Rank. And Rank is followed by Dalzell. Boy, WLA not punishing Springs for their foul issues tonight. That is number 4 on Dalzell. Kinsey Rank's first free throw. This one looks short. It is. We'll get you the final numbers. I'm struggling. I don't have enough fingers and toes to count how many free throws WLA shot tonight, and they have not shot them well. Coach Schaffnagel trying to urge his players that if this goes through, they need to press. And this one misses as well. And it was last touched by Jasleen Loins. So WLA is going to stay with the basketball. They have missed their last 7 free throws. Check that, 7 of their last 8 free throws, excuse me. Here's Jill Pino, and that's better for WLA for it to just go through on the field goal. They don't have to worry about shooting those 12-footers anymore. They're back within 10, 3 minutes to play. Kinsey Rank gets her hand on a pass. Here's a wild pass from Jasleen Loins that Baker took in. Lauren Baker, 3 from the corner. This one looks good. It rattles around and out. Kinsey Rank on the far side with the rebound. Up ahead, Lola Rich. She kind of ran past the hoop. And the foul on on Jill Pino against Allison Baker underneath the hoop on the rebound. Just the 4th foul for the Vikings this half. And Addie Supernan back in for Lola Rich. Trying to trap Lauren Baker in the corner. They're able to do so. Saved by Kinsey Rank, and that one's tapped out last touch by Supernan. Great hustle by Kinsey Rank to potentially steal that thing in the corner. The length of Jenna Petrovitz is really going to be tough for whoever catches it in the corner. Right now it's Lauren Baker. Baker able to step through it, and she's passed all 3 Vikings that she had in front of her. Here's Jasleen Loins underneath. She's fouled by Kiana Rank. She'll go to the charity stripe. High School Sports Today on RadioPlusInfo.com has been presented by these 5 Fond du Lac area Edward Jones Financial Advisors: Matt Moses, Matt Helmer, Jeff Wills, Robert Bruce, and Patrick Ellisted. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Jasleen Loins stays perfect from the free throw line tonight. She is 4 for 4. And the second free throw up, and that one is cash as well. Timeout for Coach Reddig. Let's take it with him. It's a full timeout. We're back right after this on Radio Plus.
I'm Adam Hopper. I'm the 4th generation in the family business. One of my favorite things about working at Hopper is the passion that everybody shares. It's a super fun work environment, and everybody shows up every day ready to get the jobs done. In order to be successful, you need to be passionate about what you're doing.
I have a vision of just growing Hoppers to be the best that we can be. I was in athletics. Competition brings out the best in you. We love competition. We love to compete, whether it's in the store, on the field, in the arena, you name it. We just try to be the best that we can be for our customers.
Keller, building trust since 1960.
Back here at Hutter Gymnasium, WLA trails Springs 55-43 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard, 2:33 to go. In the ball game, here's Kinsey Rank, bounces down to Kiana Rank. Skip pass to Addie Supernan, gets it down into the middle of the paint to Jenna Petrowitz, underneath to Jill Pino, and Pino scores. So easy, almost like that was what they were trying to do all game. They just couldn't achieve it. Foul by Pino against Jasleen Loins. And that'll be number 6 in terms of team fouls. So one more, and Springs will be into the bonus where they are shooting the ball well. Did add things up during that break. 9 of 24 for WLA from the free throw line. They've missed 15 free throws. That's a tie-up. Nice hands by Kiana Rank. Stays with the Ledgers. But yeah, the free throw line has killed WLA today. Down by 10, and they've missed 15 free throws. You make an extra 66% of those. Well, you guys know how math works, but anyways, here's Allison Baker. Baker trapped down there in the corner. This pass barely gets to Jasleen Loins, but that's all that matters for the Ledgers. Here's Lauren Baker on the skip pass from Allison underneath Maggie Dalzell. Dalzell kicks it out to Lauren Baker. Back to Jasleen Loins. Not sure I would foul her from a Vikings perspective, but there is the foul from Jenna Petrowitz as she came across both of the arms of Jasleen Loins and sends Loins to the charity stripe where she is 5 for 5 tonight. So it's single bonus for Jasleen Loins and big free throws here. In the scope of this contest, she makes this one as well. Loins, that's her 19th point, outperforming her season average now by a dozen. She was coming into this game averaging about 8 points per game. She got 20 now. And she just had to see the Vikings roll into town for that to happen. That's what she does. She is a true Viking killer. Under 2 minutes to play. Here's Petrowitz. Passes over to Kinsey Rank. Rank trapped there, and Petrowitz was kind of hip-checked by Allison Baker, and she lost control of it. Pino had to save it straight back to Dalzell, and here comes Allison Baker crossing over into the front court, hands off to Ducks. And WLA just way too lax here on the defensive side. Loins don't want to foul her. Here's Allison Baker. Not sure there is a Springs player that you'd want to foul at this point in time. Baker's got it in the corner. Jasleen Loins, timeout for Coach Mitch Reddig. Let's take it with them. Springs leads by 12 with about a minute left. They're in control. Back in 30 seconds on Radio Plus.
Tired of pushy sales tactics? Welcome to Schaefer Auto, where they make buying a vehicle simple, safe, and satisfying. You'll find a sweet selection of pre-owned vehicles for every budget. Each is inspected and backed by a warranty option of your choice. Financing isn't a problem. Get approved online and drive home with confidence. Schaefer Auto has the right ride for you. Visit the lot at 404 Shaler Drive in Waupun and online at schaefer-auto.com. Schaefer Auto, no gimmicks, no pressure, no worries.
Final minute and 8 seconds upcoming here on Radio Plus Video Sports. Thanks for joining us tonight. Thanks for being with us. Coming up after the game, don't go anywhere. We will have our Fox Valley Savings Bank post-game show. Talking to Coach Reddig, probably Jasleen Loins, maybe a few others. We'll see. And Kinsey Rank's going to give a foul here with a $1:05 to go. on Allison Baker. So it'll still be single bonus. That's the 8th team foul for WLA. And Baker working on a 16, make it a 19-point night. She's made 4 threes, and she's also gotten fouled on 2 more of those threes, and she's 5 for 6 from the free throw line, and she misses that one. So a rare miss for Springs from the free throw line. Under a minute to play. Here's Supernan. Supernan gets to the rack. She leaves it up short. Rebound down with Lauren Baker. What a rebound from the guard position for Springs. Baker brings it down. Springs up by a dozen. WLA going to let them all the way into the front court. They're not fouling yet. WLA is wasting precious time, and now they foul Jasleen Loyens. Allison Baker had it for about 5 seconds there. She just missed the front end. Instead, WLA fouls Jasleen Loyens, who is 7 for 7. Loyens. This one rattles around and out. What do I know? WLA knew exactly what they were doing, right? Here's Addie Supernan. 30 seconds left. Supernan kicks it out to Kinsey Rank. Rank's going to fire up a 3. This one short. Rebound with Rank. Rank underneath, and she's blocked under there by Ducks. Offensive rebound this time, Petrowitz. Petrowitz is fouled. And Jenna Petrowitz goes to the free throw line where she is 1 for 3 tonight. And number 5 on Ducks. She's going to foul out in this contest. Just a formality at this point. Springs going to get their first win of the season here tonight. Petrowitz comes up short. And the bad gets worse. And the uglier in terms of what that statistic's going to look like in the box score when that one gets sent over to WLA. Petrowitz goes 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Loyens to Dalzell. Dalzell back to Allison Baker. To Lauren Baker. And that's going to do it here tonight. We'll see if no need for WLA to foul at this point. Jasleen Loyens back to Lauren Baker. She'll put it on the hip. And Springs moves to 1-3 on the season and back to 500 in conference play with an 11-point win against their rival. A wire-to-wire masterclass by the Ledgers here tonight, and they earn their first win of the season. 57-46 the final. We'll take our timeout, come back with Fox Valley Savings Bank postgame show down on the floor with the winning Ledgers. Back after this.
FBS Bank is here to help you achieve your dream of home ownership. For a limited time, we're offering home loans with just $595 closing costs plus title. Whether you're buying a new home or wanting to refinance, our experienced team is here to assist you. Visit our website at fbsbank.com or give us a call at 1-800-242-7880. Our friendly and experienced team will help guide you through the journey with FBS Bank. FBS Bank, banking made personal.
A personal experience with a custom feel. Each home Smith Builders builds is unique. Their design and selections perfectly crafted for you. To learn more, visit smithbuildersinc.com or stop by 227 Morris Court. Smith Builders of Fond du Lac. Traditional values, exceptional services. A proud sponsor of local high school sports.
Joint or spine pain holding you back from the activities you love? Exhausted from relying on pain medications? Dreading the thought of steroid shots or invasive surgery? At New Medical Center, we believe in tapping into your body's own natural healing abilities. Our cutting-edge regenerative treatments use your body's own natural biologics to repair and restore damaged tissues. Visit us online at newmedicalctr.com. That's New Medical Center, 920-324-9899.
At Musa Sheet Metal, they spend generations building a better everyday life. They don't just build panels, they build a legacy. They're growing, innovating, and pushing the limits again with their brand new 24-gauge stocked steel line. Musa colors created by the Musa team, 25 bold choices ready to go, delivering the best solutions in architectural sheet metal. Say hi to the Musa apprentices. They're your neighbors, your classmates, and the future of the industry. Musa Sheet Metal, revolutionizing steel, building the future.
Anders Auto Parts, your locally owned bumper-to-bumper auto parts store serving the Fond du Lac area since 1956. Experienced and knowledgeable staff ready to serve you. Anders Auto Parts features PPG and Shopline auto paint along with PPG Versalon commercial paint. Quality name brand auto parts. Anders Auto Parts, your bumper-to-bumper auto parts store at 16 West Sibley Street, just off North Main Street, behind American Family Insurance.
This is Craig Larson, sales manager with locally owned Dufresne Moving and Storage. Moving is very important to me, and I take pride in making sure our clients are happy with their overall experience at a reasonable cost and done in a high-quality manner. We have a crew that is dedicated on taking care of your stuff. Call me today for an estimate at 1-800-425-MOVE or visit us at DufresneMoving.com. Dufresne Moving and Storage of Fond du Lac, making your move and storage of goods simple.
Today's game is brought to you by Edward Jones and these area Edward Jones financial advisors. Robert Bruce, located at 68 North Main Street. Patrick Ellistad, located at 560 Fond du Lac Avenue. Matt Moses, located at 201 South Marr Street. Jeff Wills, located at 649 Fond du Lac Avenue. And Matt Helmer, located at 649 Fond du Lac Avenue. Good luck to all athletes in today's game. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Every customer can be a Signature Home customer. I think that's what Signature Homes does really well, is that we can touch not only the customer who's building for the first time, but also the customers that know what they want and want to pull pieces of other property that they've lived in and loved. And you can really trust that we know what we're doing and that we have 30 years of experience in the market doing it with quality craftsmanship and a lot of style and design. And at the end, we get a chance to walk them through and see their smiling faces, and we know that we've achieved our goal.
Walk right in. That's the laid-back feeling you have when you work with the Roush Insurance Agency in Fond du Lac. Their agents are dedicated to putting your mind at ease when you make your insurance decisions. They live, work, and play here and will make sure that they are there at the time of need for their clients and families. Visit RoushINS.com for more information or walk right in. 770 South Main Street in Fond du Lac. The Roush Insurance Agency, your hometown insurance team for over 30 years.
The Rademan family has been quarrying and producing natural stone products for over 50 years. Is your driveway in need of repair? Here at Rademans, our crushed stone division provides our customer with stone needed for maintaining your gravel driveway. Our quarry stone division provides landscape stones such as stepping stones and retaining wall stone for your outdoor living areas. We also offer natural thin and full veneer stone for interior applications such as fireplaces or outdoor applications to combine with or replace your siding or brick. Rademan Stone and Landscape Company, where we have the materials to do the best work on earth.
All right, welcome back here to the Ledge here at Hutter Gymnasium. Springs gets their first win of the season, first conference win of the season as well, here with Jasleen Loyens and Allison Baker. Jasleen, what is it about you and the Vikings show up to town? I mean, you're averaging like 20-some points per game when you play against WLA. Again, obviously, a big night tonight for you. You guys trying to get that first win of the season. Just talk about the first couple of games and easing into this thing and a big win here tonight.
Well, the first couple of games, obviously we lost, but I think we still were working hard, and we're still working as a team. We're obviously rebuilding with only me and Lauren coming back because Maggie and Scarlett were hurt. So it's kind of tricky, but I feel like we all, like our whole team has a connection, and it's helped us play better and work as a team.
Just talk about some of the young players, Allison and Elizabeth off the bench. I mean, you have a lot of players that are stepping into big-time roles here this season, and they look like they belong, don't they?
Yeah, a lot of them have stepped up to their roles, seeing that we lost 4 of our really good seniors last year. But it's been really nice. Like, Allison has been starting, and she has worked really hard for it, so we're all glad to see that she gets it. And then Liz, she's just so good. And not only them, but we have our other freshmen like Ava and Greta if we need them. So I think all of them bring something we need.
Just how important was it to get this first win and kind of spur you guys on here moving forward?
It was really big. We're very excited. We were really hunting for our first win after 3 losses. It's not really how we wanted to start, but we are all saying it's only up from here.
Congrats on the win. We'll let you hand it off
Thank
to
you.
Allison here. All right, Allison, first of all, congrats. First win of the season. You had a monster night tonight, 4 threes. You got fouled on a couple of threes.
Yeah.
Just talk about what this season has been like, just kind of trying to ease into things, right? As a freshman, first varsity action, and what these first couple of games, and really kind of seems like you're finding your groove out there now.
Yeah, it's very different from like middle school ball, but I'm glad I have like Jazz and my sister Lauren, because like I know where they are on the court, and it's easier to get. It's just like.
Just talk about what they've meant in terms of kind of, taking you under their wing and kind of guiding you through the first stretch of the season here.
Yeah, I had like no idea what was coming. Like, I knew I could like count on them when I'm like in trouble. Like North Fond du Lac, I made 1 3, and they were all there to support me and tell me it's okay. And then I'm taking the points.
Feels pretty good to get your first win on varsity,
Yes.
huh? All right, appreciate it. Appreciate a few minutes. We'll let you hand it off to Coach here. Congrats on the win, girls. All right, Coach. Well, you'll take that, huh? Hey, what is it about when the opponent shows up, they got Vikings on their chest, and Jasleen just goes absolutely bonkers. Another 20-point night for her against the crosstown rivals. Just how big was she in terms of just being a leader out there tonight?
Yeah, and that's exactly what we need out of her, being our senior that has the most experience for us. She's a returning starter for us. We've been looking for that in the first 3 games, and it finally started to click for her here, which we knew was going to take some time with pretty much an entire new cast around her. But it's really big for her to be able to play under control. And her attacking and then opens up her on the outside as well as our other shooters.
A couple of times that ball is pinballing around, all sorts of players whipping passes around the floor. It goes to Allison. She puts the ball on her hip and she just calms things down. I mean, for a freshman, that's pretty special, isn't it?
It is, yeah. And we talked before the game of just how big of a competitor she is, and she also is starting to understand when she needs to go and when she needs to hold it for us. And I think she took a big step tonight as being one of those floor generals for us. So that's super encouraging to see that this early in the season. We knew WLA, if we got into a little bit of a dribble weave action, that they'd do a great job of switching. So us making those extra passes was going to be huge. I thought we did a nice job of that tonight.
Last one. I thought Maggie was tremendous tonight in terms of just battling with Pino and Petrowitz, 2 of the better bigs that you're going to see in this league. Talk about her performance. I mean, Elizabeth off the bench. Scarlett gave you some good reps down there. Sophia got her nose in there. You guys were outsized tonight, and it didn't really look that way at the end of the game when you kind of looked at the stats and saw how well you guys rebounded it.
Yeah, and that was huge. Rebounding is always going to be a key for us just because of our lack of size. And, yes, there was a couple of free throw rebounding possessions there at the end where we didn't do a great job and gave extra opportunities. But I think we got the rebounds early enough and battled enough down low to really set the tone that we weren't going to get pushed around. So that's a huge step for us as well. Super proud of all those girls that you mentioned because they're all going to need to play key roles for us every single night for us to be successful. So just super proud of our girls. Excited for them to get win number 1 this season, and we're looking to build on that.
Wire-to-wire win, Coach. Congrats.
Thank you.
Appreciate a few minutes from Coach Reddig and a few minutes from Allison Baker and Jasleen Loynes. This is our Fox Valley Savings Bank post-game show. Looking for a loan with no hassle? They can help. Local bank, local lenders, your community, your local community bank, Fox Valley Savings Bank. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back and we'll finish up our post-game show right after this on Radio Plus.
It's more than just a job. It truly is a family. They value you, great pay, great benefits. They definitely care about setting people up for success in their retirement years. I don't see a reason to want to leave.
For over 100 years, the name Cole is synonymous with quality fuels, lubricants, and propane. That's because Cole is the area's trusted source for farm, construction, and trucking companies, as they partner with these companies to help them achieve their unique goals. The team at Cole Oil and Propane is dedicated to serving you. They pride themselves on a customer-first approach and work hard to make sure you're satisfied. You can rely on Cole for prompt delivery, competitive prices, and quality service. Learn more at ColeOilAndPropane.com.
Add more joy to your holiday season in a new Buick from Holiday. Choose Buick Encore GX and stack our low simplified price with rates as low as 0.9% with no payments for 90 days or other enticing offers. And enjoy our exceptional guest care.
A great vibe, excellent service, and genuine care. That's what you get here.
Come be our guest and go from wish list to reality.
Find yours and discover the difference at Holiday Automotive, Fond du Lac.
It's worth the trip.
Thank you for your continued support over the past 50 years. At Verhaeg's Furniture, we're honored to be voted by you to be one of the best mattress stores in the Fond du Lac area for 2024.
Our mission is to bring the finest in style, comfort, and quality to the Waupun area.
We've teamed up with amazing brands like Ashley, Lazy Boy, Bestcraft, Marshfield, Best Home Furnishings, Mega Motion to offer you the best selection around.
Free delivery to Waupun and the surrounding area. See store for details.
Make your home a place you truly love with Verhaeg's Furniture Mart.
People have a reluctance to go see the dentist. It's an easy thing to put off or avoid altogether. But one visit to the caring professionals at Fondi Family Dental will change the way you think about the dentist. They provide quality family dental services to all ages in a happy, honest, and efficient manner that teaches and involves you on your custom plan. If you don't have insurance, ask about their new membership plan that can save you money. Call or schedule online today at FondiFamilyDental.com.
Back here on the campus of St. Mary's Springs on the Ledge one more time here tonight. Jordan King with you. Thanks for joining us. 57-46, the final on the Quest Interior scoreboard. What a performance by the St. Mary's Springs Academy Ledgers. Again, wire to wire, did not trail tonight. And for the majority of the game, they led by double figures. This is the Fox Valley Savings Bank postgame show. Marian University presents our player of the game. Log on to marianuniversity.edu to get started today. And it's really hard to split between Allison Baker and Jasleen Loynes, so we'll go co-players of the game. I know that's kind of a cop-out, but, well, here I am copping out. 20 points for Jasleen Loynes, 19 for Allison Baker. As I mentioned, Baker made 4 threes and then went 5 for 6 on a couple of three-pointers that she was fouled on as well. So those two combined to score 39 points for the Ledgers, 8 for Lauren Baker, 5 for Maggie Dalzell, 3 for Sophia Lair, and 2 for Elizabeth Ducks off the bench. And once again, Allison Baker, Jasleen Loynes, who are marianuniversity.edu players of the game. And our BCI Burke play of the game, log on to burkecareers.com. That's BURKE careers.com for play that moves you. And I'm going to go back. I kind of referenced it. I said kind of circle this, star this juncture. WLA had 6 free throws, a chance to get it down to 7, as few as 7 points. And they missed 5 of the 6 free throws. And on the other side of the floor, Allison Baker comes down and hits a big-time three-pointer. I don't think you can overstate how big that little juncture was there, where WLA had the opportunity. Free shots at the free throw line, not able to get it done, and then Baker hits the big shot to put it back out to double digit. And that pretty much, for my money, that pretty much ended the contest there. All right, AirTech presents our next game broadcast. No matter which type of heating system you have in your home, the knowledgeable technicians at AirTech Heating can perform a timely repair if things go wrong. You can go to radioplusinfo.com for the complete schedule. You can also just subscribe to Radio Plus Video Sports on YouTube, and you can find them all. Coming up tomorrow, De Pere at Fondi boys hockey, and then early next week, On the 9th, Mayville at CWC, Dodgeland at Oakfield, Lemira at Laconia boys basketball. That should be a good one. Springs at North Fondy. There's all sorts of good big-time boys hoops and girls hoops coming up early next week, and we'll have you covered on Radio Plus Video Sports in cooperation with Jeff's live streams. All right, that's going to do it for us. Do want to just give the final stats for WLA. Gave you Springs already. Jill Pino had 20. Addie Supernan with 11. 4 apiece for Jenna Petrovitz, Seal McCauley, and Lola Rich, and then 3 for Kinsey Rank. Those are the final scores for WLA. And again, 10 for 26 from the free throw line by my count. So they left a lot of points out there on the charity stripe. That's the final, 57-46 on the Quest Interior scoreboard. That's going to wrap things up for us. Do want to say this: when you're not watching games on Radio Plus or Jeff's live streams, find the latest scores and top performers from the Flyway Conference by following Flyway Focus on Facebook, Instagram, and X. Stay up to date with the latest conference news every morning with the Flyway Focus Sports Report. We'll have all the scores from the action here tonight. All right, Jordan King saying so long for the crew here, doing all the hard jobs, and I just get to describe a basketball game to you. And I want to thank all the sponsors up and down the line. Thanks to St. Mary's Springs for always setting us up well, and thank you for watching at home. Jordan King saying so long. Have a great weekend, everyone. We'll talk to you at some game somewhere down the line next week. Have a great weekend.
Thanks to our Radio Plus Video Sports sponsors.
Edward Jones, Integrity Saw and Tool, Bauer Chiropractic, Bondi Family Dental,
Sargento Cheese, Len's Truck Center, Right Way Home Improvement, Taco Bell,
Addison Jones Real Estate, Holiday Automotive, Quest Interiors, Wisconsin Lighting Lab,
BCI Burke, Marion University, Fox Valley Savings Bank, Musa Sheet Metal,
Coal, Oil and Propane, Dufresne Moving and Storage, Marco Tax Service, Winnebago Lutheran Academy,
Bob's Pizza, AirTech, Silica for your home, The Wellness Way,
Fond du Lac Credit Union, Roush Insurance, Scotty's Auto Works, St. Mary Springs Academy,
Bristol Morgan Bank, New Medical Center, Verhaeg's Furniture Mart, Hopper's Silk Screen and Embroidery,
Smith Builders, National Exchange Bank and Trust, Brad Tagliapietra, American Family Insurance Agent, Everson Law Office,
Michaels Corporation, Aurora Healthcare, Vogel Family Dentistry, Anders Auto Parts, Schaefer Auto, Keller Buildings,
Sir Rower Family Dental.